is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's 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 coming. Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Everyone inside the Cookie Crush chat. I appreciate y'all's presence. Had some technical difficulties, so we're getting started a lot later than what I anticipated. But I normally don't live stream on the weekends, but here I am. I'm calling this an emergency live stream. This Umar Johnson saga is something else. It really is. I don't anticipate it going past another year and about maybe 4 months. I have a contingency plan already set up. It's just where Umar is at today. And I told people he's going to end right back up in his mama's closet. There's a poll question too, by the way. Let me know how the audio and the video quality is, because I haven't live streamed here in a while. The poll question today is, how many months has passed since Umar live streamed in his mama's closet? 1 month, 3 months, 5 months, or 7 months? And if you guys don't know, maybe most of you guys should know, but if you're maybe you're Umar Johnson follower and you don't know Umar Johnson's history, and maybe you haven't researched deeply into him, he's been homeless since the end of 2019. And whenever things get bad, he always ends back up in his mama's closet. There was a time where Umar would spend a lot of time in hotels and motels, and he would just, spend donation money to rent a room, and he would live stream out of there. More recently, in more recent years, I should say, you see him live streaming inside of his mama's closet. Okay, and I just have to say, it's Section 8 housing. He's not on the lease. I've already done all the research into this. He's living off of his mama. That's something for people to consider, because ultimately Umar knows how to run his mouth, but in terms of in his personal life, it's in total disarray. It's in total disarray. It has been for a very long time. He doesn't practice what he preaches. He's a total hypocrite. This is someone who doesn't even have his own vehicle. He uses donation money to rent to get rental cars. So whenever you see him driving around, that's a rental car. Whenever you see him up at these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, and there's one car sitting out there, that's a rental car, and it's never the same car. Well, that's donation money. So I just want to put all this into perspective, because this year has been the most difficult year. And I got to, Umar, I know you watch these videos. I got to tell you, now is the time, bro. Now is the time. If there was ever a time in your life where you needed to really make significant changes, now is the time. It's not going to get any better. Okay, I've been covering Umar Johnson for years now, and I've seen the deterioration of Umar, whether you want to look at it in terms of mentally, you want to look at it in his personal life, whether you want to look at it in terms of socially, whether you want to look at it physically. And we're all getting older. I'm about to be 50, and I can tell you right now, look, I'm fairly healthy, but once you get to around that 50 year point, you never know. I mean, today could be the last day. Okay. So Umar, he needs to take care of so many different things in his life, including his physical health. We've been talking about that more recently. I have no animosity towards him, but I think he's an excellent case study on how untreated mental health, personality disorders, greed, and lust can tear someone down, but it's his own doing. Now is the time, Umar. So what has happened is Umar has not been live streaming inside of his mama's closet because this year has been particularly difficult. At the beginning of the year, or towards the beginning of the year, his daughter came out and exposed him as a deadbeat, which I've been talking about for many years now. He has at least 3 baby mamas just in Philadelphia alone. There was a 4th woman who tried to put him on child support, but it didn't look like she was successful. One of the baby mamas was in her early 20s when Umar impregnated her, and he was in his early 40s. But he only claims 2 baby mamas. No, he has at least 3, and that's just in Philadelphia. A 4th woman tried to put him on child support. All of this will be covered inside of the documentary. So his daughter comes out and exposes him as a deadbeat, which we've been talking about for years now. And Umar's response is to go in on his daughter. No love there, no respect for his daughter, no care whatsoever. He tells his followers to go online and get into her DMs, just like he's done with so many countless other people, including myself. He's done that. He's also done that, told people to go into my email my wife and all this kind of stuff. He's a coward, very cowardice, but he does this to his own daughter. And that's when afterwards, she's admitted for the first time. Okay, and I'm not going to speak too much on this. Just want to say she's admitted into a mental institution, and from that point on to current, it's just been straight down here. Downhill for her. Umar could care less. I'm not even going to get into all the other stuff that's been going on with her. Out of respect for her, and I'm a father, so there's certain things I've been always careful about that, and I will continue to be careful about that. In fact, when we covered her coming and exposing Umar, I wouldn't even show her face. I told people don't even put her name inside the chat room. Plenty of other people were doing that. That's their prerogative, but that's not how I roll. She's still a child. I know people say, well, she's grown. Listen, if you're a father, you're a father. And when you're 50, you don't look at people who are 18, 19, 20, 21 as if they're all the way grown adults. That's not the case at all. And clearly she needs help. But that's not what Umar did. What Umar does is he goes in on her, disrespects her, calls her name, goes in on her mother, goes in on his other baby mama, it goes nuts, and then tells his followers to go in and attack her online. And that's what they did. And the impact on her in terms of her mental health, it caused some significant problems for her. Umar could care less. And so that's how this year pretty much got set off. But then, of course, we had Sister Lenon come out and expose Umar and his mother's situation. And that was an expose to the 100th degree, if you will. Not a good year for Umar. In fact, I remember Lenon was talking about Umar has a ringtone, and it's of this gay guy who's singing. He sings this song. I don't know. He sings a song with and I've heard the song before because one of my favorite singers is Mary J. Blige. She did a duet with Mary J. Blige. I can't remember what the song is. I don't even know what the guy's name is. It's a good song. And I remember I was like, well, he speaks so poorly about people in the LGBTQ. Why would he do that? And just something for people to think about. But then in the video that we're going to get into today, we ain't going to get through all of it because there's actually 2 of them. They're long. But there's a moment while he's live streaming, someone calls him on a secondary phone, and that song starts playing, just like Lenon said. Not one lie was told. And then, of course, we had Sister Mary Ann Lauren come out and expose Umar. She did a film for Umar called Awaken. She financed it. She put the whole thing together. Umar came out for 3 days, going back. This is a couple of years ago, and put her through all types of trauma. Was out there sleeping with the young ladies inside the film, all kind of crazy stuff. We already covered all this stuff. And then Umar tried to steal her intellectual property and sue her for $500,000. She was a Umar Johnson supporter to the extreme. Not a good year for Umar. He gets exposed on that. And then what was it, about a month ago? Umar he settles out of court with Sister Mary Ann Lauren and pays her $68,000. He didn't want the behind the scenes footage to come out because he would have been further exposed. And I know some of us know about, I know one of the main reasons why he don't want that to come out, but we ain't gonna get in that right now. And then, of course, Umar this year, he's talking about how his bank accounts were hacked, and Lenon did this, and Fish Tank this, and Lenon hacked his bank accounts. And I'm Lenon too, by the way, if you're new here. And how he needed money, and the bank was against his bank was against him, but then it was the city of Wilmington was against him, and then these buildings were going to be sold at auction because he wasn't paying bills going all the way back to 2019. I mean, it's just one thing after another. And I can go on and on, but let's get going here. The point that I'm getting at is that for Umar, after all this time, to end right back up inside of his mama's closet and ain't got nothing to show for it. This guy's raised millions of dollars, $2.6, $2.7 million. I can guarantee you, and I can prove without a shadow of a doubt, that since 2019, from 2019 to 2024, Umar raised $1.2 million. And if you throw in the purchase price for these abandoned buildings, we're talking $1.67 million. And yet he ends right back up inside of his mama's closet. But let me tell y'all something real quick. There's something about these scammers that they always end back up. Nothing's ever enough for them. They always end right back up where they started. One such scammer is someone, and I'm going to go here just for about a minute, 2 minutes or less, is a scammer by the name of Dempsey Spears. Y'all go look it up. A former Umar Johnson supporter. This is the person who started lying on me from the beginning, and I've never responded. This ain't a response either. I just want to give you guys some quick information. In fact, here, let me give you guys the link. I'll put it right here inside the description of, or excuse me, I'll put it right here inside the chat. Y'all go click on this real quick. Let's look at this real quick. This is someone who told all types of lies about me, my wife, and my kids. Never responded. Because I understand that if you get online and you're behaving like that, there's two things. Number one, karma is undefeated. But number two, you best believe that if you're online trying to harm people, and it's not just me, he was really, he harmed a lot of people and no conscience whatsoever about it. Something was wrong with this guy. I didn't respond. In general, I don't respond. The only person I ever responded to, rest in peace. I did. I went in. It was funny, but I don't want that on my conscience. Okay, because she passed away. Rest in peace. She was lying about my family, doxing my personal information, taking pictures from my extended family's Facebook page, reposting them, coming up with all these false narratives, all these lies. But this individual right here, Dempsey Spears, he made up all sorts of lies, and he paid people to attack other YouTubers who were critics of Umar. Some of you guys may know this history. Again, I've never responded, but I'm going to give you guys this information right here just to show you how this works. See, I'm a firm believer that karma is undefeated. And see, with these scammer types, a lot of times they're projecting onto other people, because he used to say all types of things about me and about my wife. He said that we were engaged in Medicare fraud. He said that we were on Section 8. Never done any of that. Never been on Section 8. He said that I was gay. He paid someone to hire someone, a gay guy, to say that I was gay. Y'all, again, this is not something that I normally talk about, but I just want to show you how karma works. And one by one, this happens with these individuals. I don't even have to say anything, because I know how this works. With the link that I just posted right here, I'm just going to, matter of fact, let me do a screen share. We'll do it that way. Okay, and I'm going to tie this back to where Umar is at, because he's right back inside of his mama closet. And Dempsey Spears was online talking about how he's a big boss, and he owns all these businesses, and everyone is broke and all this type of stuff. Just projecting. Let me show you guys something, because at the end of the day, people like this, they're unwilling to deal with their personal reality. They'll attack other people, and I have a sense that him attacking me in particular had more to do with his own issues. He used to call, and I can pull up the receipt because I have all his videos. Well, I have all of his earlier videos. Okay, he used to call himself the dark-skinned LenonHonor, or the black LenonHonor. Okay, that's a colorism issue. And I go on and on and on. Okay, but it's not. I just want to I'm gonna prove my point right now, because see, things for him are going to get a lot worse. And I already know, because I've been doing some research in terms of people who've been involved in this type of activity and scamming the government. Let me do a screen share real quick. And I'll read this to you. I know I said 2 minutes, but give me another 2 minutes. Here we go. Now, can y'all see this? Now, the government shutdown took place, so it explains why it is that this is just coming out more recently. The United States Attorney's Office, Southern District of Texas. Press release. This is for Wednesday, October 1st. Okay, by the way, I remember when when Dempsey, he had Umar Johnson's father, Jamal Johnson, Umar Johnson's father, on for a live stream. I didn't actually watch the video, but I have downloaded it. But someone told me that they was talking all kind of mess. But you see how this works? See, I'm not hemmed up by the feds. He said all types of things. He said we were scammers, and that we were, my wife and I, that we were involved in Medicare fraud. But let's look at this. Clinic owner arrested in multi-million-dollar fraud scheme involving non-existent psychotherapy services. Editors note this matter occurred on date indicated but not published at that time due to government shutdown. Press release posted and made available following the return to normal operations, which is about a week ago or so. Houston, a 47-year-old Houston resident has been taken into custody for his alleged role in a $4 million Medicare fraud and identity theft scheme, announced U.S. Attorney Nicholas J. Ganjay. Dempsey Spears made his initial appearance before U.S. Magistrate Judge Richard Bennett. A federal grand jury in Houston returned a 9-count indictment September 23rd, which was unsealed upon his arrest. And I have all this paperwork too. The indictment alleges that from 2016 to 2024, he started attacking me and other people too. It's not just me, so I don't want to make it personal. But critics of Umar, starting in and around 2019, I want to say. Okay, and again, he was part of this. I don't know if you guys remember this. I just have to say, they had a group. It was called the Good Guys. I'm sorry. Now that I think about it, a lot of it was silly. I'm just saying, a lot of it was silly. But to see what things are at for this guy now, it's like, come on now, the Good Guys. It's crazy. But even back then, he was scamming. Look at Swaglonito. No, Swaglonito. Is that Antonio? What's up, Antonio? Let me give a double salute. One of the OGs. I ain't seen you in so long, man. Good to see you. Now, this guy right here, he knows his stuff on Umar. You guys remember this stuff. It's funny now. Now, back then, it wasn't funny because they really was going in on me. And they really was going in on me. I didn't appreciate it. They was lying and making up all kind of stuff. Anyway, this goes back to, I would say 2019, but even before that, Dempsey had a history I think it was in the manosphere of engaging in this type of behavior. But I don't have any animosity towards him at all. He's in a really bad situation, and it's going to get a lot worse. And if he serves time, his career is over with too, by the way. And I remember saying that to myself, that he's going to keep doing this. Just don't say nothing. And he's going to destroy himself. And that's precisely what he did. And then I recognize that if he goes to federal penitentiary, maybe he'll put him in a camp or something. I don't know. But if he goes to the pen, he's going to lose everything. And I do mean everything, because I know more about his financials than I'll leave it right there. Anyway, it's amazing. They were called the Good Guys back then. Even back in 2019, but from 2016 to 2024, he was calling everybody else a scammer and an Umar hater and all this stuff. Spears submitted false and fraudulent claims to Medicare for psychotherapy services that were never provided. According to court documents, Spears owned and operated 2 mental health clinics, transitional life counseling and consultation in Texas City, and Spears Community Services in Mesquite. Now, let me say this, that he closed down a lot of businesses over the years too, but he spent so much time online attacking people. I just think he was lonely. I think he has some issues. He really does. He was lonely. He was writing all these sexually explicit songs about women that would be online, and it really got bad. The point is though that a lot of the time that he was online, he could have actually used that in order to not be in a position to have to be scamming like this. $4 million. And look at where he's at now. Was it really all worth it? I can't say that it is. See, if being online and doing what you're doing, he hurt a lot of people. He really did. He hurt a lot of people. I don't even think it registers, because I don't think it registers in his mind that, listen, I'm actually hurting people. It's just, I don't know what you want to call it. It's just, he's disturbed in that way, right? But a lot of the time that he was spending online, he would do live streams, be falling asleep. I mean, that's time where he could actually be running a legitimate business and making money. But instead he was scamming, and then he was paying people. And if you're scamming from the government $4 million, well, is it possible that some of the money that he was giving to people to go at other people online, some of that money is from the money that he scammed from the government? Just some things for people to think about. So what's brought up here is the 2 mental health clinics, transitional life counseling and consultations in Texas. Now that one closed down. Let me see if it populates, because I have the video. It's no longer available online, but I do have the video. Let me see if this works. Give me 1 second. I wasn't planning on getting into this, but since I figured there'd be a lot of people that's going to watch this video, I might as well update people. And I don't plan on following this. I mean, I may report on any other things that may come up in the future dealing with this case. Again, he's innocent until proven guilty, but this is the feds here. So let's be real about it. This was the transitional life consultation. Let's see here.
Everyone, my name is Dempsey Spears.
So at some point, I was actually thinking about doing a documentary on this guy, but he hurt a lot of people, and he spent a lot of years attacking me, attacking my wife and my kids. That's the thing. You don't go after people's wives, and you don't go after their children either. And I know things about his wife and his family, but I've never gone there. I don't even talk about him. But one of the things that he would do is he would present himself as if he's this big boss. Okay, so this video is kind of like in line with that. All right. Meanwhile, during this time period, he's about to start scamming. All right, and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the office space, and then you see over the years it just degrades. Okay, these are the people. I have a sense that these are the people that he took their information and kept billing and clients, or saying that he was that they were working with clients when they weren't even working with him anymore, and he was collecting the money. That's why I got up to $4 million. And I don't know that that's alleged, but that's what I think. Okay, I'm just gonna scroll through. Yeah, see, they're gonna get this guy. Yeah, they used to defend Umar. All right, so this isn't online anymore, but I have the original copy of it. I downloaded this years ago, maybe back in 2019 or something like that. And I have a lot of his old. I don't have all of his older videos because I was thinking about doing a documentary on this guy, but it would be a waste. It'd be a waste of time. But he allegedly, okay, he's $4 million. So let me pull this back up. Okay, so the indictment alleges that from 2016 through 2024, Spears submitted false and fraudulent claims to Medicare for psychotherapy services that were never provided. According to court documents, Spears owned and operated 2 mental health clinics, transitional life counseling and consultation in Texas City, and Spears Community Service in Mesquite. He allegedly continued billing under the names of 7 licensed clinical social workers after they resigned from TLCC, which is Transitional Life Counseling and Consultation. So in other words, he was billing under the names of 7 licensed clinical social workers who worked at this particular practice. So it's likely, and again, I don't know for sure, but
Transitional life,
this will probably come out. It could be one of these individuals, or at least they may be part of the 7. All right, we'll have to wait and see. All right, and let's finish this up. Let's see. From 2016 to 2024, Spears allegedly billed Medicare approximately $4 million in fraudulent, psychotherapy claims tied to 7 former LCSWs and was paid approximately $1.5 million. So I think what it's saying is that what he billed in total was about $4 million, but what was paid out to him was $1.5 million. Now he had overhead. He's closed down a lot of businesses, and he was trying to act like he was a boss. And he would call people like, I remember he would call me a failed musician and a failed this and all this, but he was a failed businessman, clearly. And he was a scammer on top of that. And it's interesting that he would try to clown me about my music, but hold on one second. Yeah, we got over 1,000 people here too. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. We're gonna get into the main video in just a moment, but I want to pull one other thing up before we move on. Okay, give me 1 second here. Yeah, what I'll do is I have this, but I'm going to download it just so that I can locate it easy. All right. Okay, so let me show y'all something again, and I also think this was one of his issues with me, because he made it real personal. I never respond or anything like that. I've never done anything to this guy, but this is one of those people. There's quite a few people like this, that they're online simply to cause harm to other people, but there's always a price to pay for that. Check this out.
Hey guys, this is D Durrell again. Want to show you an R&B track. I want to show you, just a few days ago. That's a pretty chord. So,
what you mean a pretty chord? Let me stop. I mean, literally, I could have been going in on this guy for the last 6 years and made a whole lot of money. I mean, hit the one, but I didn't do him like that, and I'm not doing him like that either here now. I just want to show people what happens when you get online and you're basically trying to cause harm to people. Like I said, he wasn't just targeting me. I was one of his main targets. But he did so many shady things. He came in lying, and I always wondered why. But there was a part of me that said, something ain't right with this guy. Something's not right. And I didn't respond for 6 years. But he used to call me a failed musician. I know one thing, no disrespect, but I don't sound like, a dying wildebeest when I sing. And I'm not a singer.
Basically 3 chords. So it goes like this. And you go to bass line. It's kind of dark, but I like it. She wanna love me. How could I love her back? She said she wanna love me. She said she wanna love me. She said she wanna love me. How could I love her back? So I'm just playing around with it. Very simple track, but I love the mood of it. So I'm gonna add some more chords to it to bring it out. The hi-hats. And I'm feeling that. She said she wanna love me. She said she wanna love me. She said she wanna love me. How could I live on
I'm sorry.
I'm feeling that. Genre R&B.
All right, and that's just a tip of the iceberg. Okay, I didn't mean to belabor that. All right. Anyway, let's finish this up. Then we're gonna get to the video for today. Here we go. So from 2016 to 2023, Spears allegedly billed Medicare approximately $4 million in fraudulent psychotherapy claims tied to the 7 former LCSWs and was paid approximately $1.5 million. If convicted, Spears faces up to 10 years in federal prison for each count of healthcare fraud. He could also receive an additional 2 years for aggravated identity theft, which must be served consecutively to any other prison term imposed. So he bare minimum, if he's convicted on this issue of aggravated identity theft, he's going to do 2 years, a bare minimum. The charges also if he's convicted on one, Okay, other charges, because altogether there's 9. It's a 9-count indictment. The charges also carry a possible $250,000 maximum fine. The Texas Attorney General's Medicaid Fraud Control Unit and Department of Health and Human Services Office of Inspector General conducted the investigation. Assistant U.S. Attorney Catherine Olson is prosecuting the case, and here we are. So the point that I'm making is that with these scammer types, they always end back up where they started. And in Dempsey Spears' case, he's facing some serious jail time, and he's not built for that. I'm going to say it again. I don't hold any animosity towards them. I just want people to be clear that for many years, it was over 6 years, he attacked me online. Other people too, but attacked my wife, did videos, was spreading all types of lies and rumors. There's a lot of people who picked that stuff up, and I did not respond not one time. This is not a response either. What this is just providing information for you guys so that you guys can be aware of what's taking place with this guy. And as things progress, I may report on it here and there. But like I said, I could have went in on this guy years ago and it's been very profitable. But what I've learned is that if you're going to be successful on social media, and in particular on YouTube, you don't make beefs with other people and maintain these beefs indefinitely, because it's fruitless. I mean, people are tuning in for a while, but over time, it's not sustainable. Furthermore, it's not worth my time, right? So bring this back to Umar now. We have someone, by the way, Dempsey, a couple of years ago, he had because he was online clowning people, saying how people were broke and how they didn't have money. He was a big boss, but he had $100,000 tax lien. So stuff is very difficult. Sometimes people, they do this type of stuff because they're in financial straits. You know, they get into scamming and fraud, but then there are also people who it's greed, but sometimes it's both. It's both things combined. But he was at the forefront many years ago who spread lies, and there's still people who run with those lies to this day. And I don't respond. What I do is I sit back and I let karma do what karma's going to do. And here we are. Okay. Well, same thing with Umar. Umar's back inside of his mama's closet, and that's what we're going to get into here today. Thank you guys for your patience. There is a poll. When you have some time, please check the poll out. Get your vote in. When was the last time Umar was live streaming inside of his mama's closet? And I think there's 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, or 7 months, something like that. Make sure you get your vote in during this live stream. And if at any point you're enjoying this live stream, make sure you hit that like button. That helps to get these videos out into the algorithm. And I also want to mention that this year by far has been my best year on YouTube by far. Also, one thing I'm implementing now is I'll be re-uploading these replays, and there'll be shorter videos between 20 to 40 minutes on days where I'm not live streaming. That way, here on YouTube, there's going to be something for the Cookie Crush Chat every single day. What I recognize is that even when I do the re-uploads, people get together, they're having a good time in the chat room. It's not even so much about the video, it's about the chat room and the communication in the chat room. So I'm going to keep that going so that people can have a space. You guys get together and have a good time. Cookie Crush Chat is undefeated. All right, real quick, I got something else just hot off the press. I've been getting a lot of stuff hot off the press. You guys remember this right here?
What's going on, everybody?
So this is brother, and I don't know if I should be saying his name, but he knows who he is. Enterprise. He went up there and he recorded this video of these abandoned buildings in Wilmington, Delaware, and this is from the 2nd of this month. So November 2nd of 2025. Looks horrible and deplorable. In fact, there were even I remember there was some pants that was sitting on the ground. See the trash over here, sitting over here. There's the pants. Mold all over the place. Just looking horrible and deplorable. So right before this live stream, he sent me some pictures. I'm gonna go through these pictures real quick. Hot off the press. Thanks to the brother for sending these to me. Here's the first one. And what he was explaining is that nothing's changed between then and now. Nothing. 2 weeks, basically 2 weeks later, nothing's changed. As you can see, the trash is still there. No shame whatsoever. This wasn't pants. I think he said this was a jacket or something. So he said the pants were gone, but this jacket was sitting in here over here like this. The mold is still there. And it's worse too. You can see that. And this is what happens though around this time of year because of the weather is changing. Still boarded up on this side. More trash. Still there. So this is from, I believe this is from today. He sent it to me like maybe an hour and a half ago. So just to go to show you guys that nothing's being done here at all. By the way, Mary Ann Lawrence did a fantastic video. I'll be covering that at some point in the near future. And she was talking about, and I've talked about this before too, how you would think that after, because it's about to be 7 years, it'll be 7 years in 3 months. 3 months is going to be 7 years. And Umar doesn't even have an office up there at these abandoned buildings. It just goes to show you he's not serious. He's not serious. But he will live stream from his mama's closet, which is not too far from these abandoned buildings. It's like a 24-minute drive. Right. All right. Thanks to the brother for coming on too and sharing his experience as a donor to Umar. I appreciate it. Thanks for recording the video. Thanks for sending the video as well, and for these pictures too. Okay. All right. Let's get into the main video for today. Real quick. I'm gonna do these super chats real quick because we run up against the clock. My son got us tickets to the basketball game, so I'll probably go for another 2 hours and let's say 15 minutes, and then tomorrow we'll come back up at regular time and we'll pick back up where we left off. Real quick, everyone, thank you guys so much for all your support here on YouTube. By far, this has been my best year. It's not even close. Okay, all the way across the board. I want to thank everyone. I want to thank our mods too. You know, I want to thank everyone who's been supported with the super chats and the cash apps, the PayPals, and the what's the other one? PayPal and Cash App. Did I say Cash App? Thank you guys so much for all the support. And I want to wish everyone already, I want to wish you a happy holidays. Someone had asked yesterday, like, because I'd uploaded a video from a couple of years ago, and they'd asked, well, why don't you celebrate Thanksgiving or Christmas? I never have. If you guys don't know, I was raised Jehovah's Witness. My mother was a Jehovah's Witness. So we didn't celebrate anything. In fact, I didn't celebrate my first birthday until I was my 18th birthday, because I was in college for the first time back then. That was the first time I celebrated my birthday. And it was a friend of mine that went to my high school that happened to go, she didn't go to my high school. She went to my junior high school, but she happened to go to the same university. And she was like, so you having a birthday party? I was like, no. And I explained to her why. She's like, no, we got to have a birthday party. So that was my first birthday party. So we've always celebrated birthdays in our family, my wife and I, with our kids, but we've never celebrated Christmas or Thanksgiving. But this year, my daughter asked for a Christmas tree. So I said, okay, I ain't going to tell her no. So we got a Christmas tree. Right. She was so happy too. Anyway, one other point I want to make too, real quick, if you guys don't mind, is there was someone who was, I guess they were upset at me because their language was disrespectful, and I don't take kindly to that. Basically, if you have a disagreement, you can state the disagreement in your comment, and it's all good. I'm not going to hold it against you because everyone's entitled to their opinion. But if you're disrespectful about it, I just don't tolerate that. And the other thing is that if you're wrong and you're disrespectful, then I ain't got no time for that. So there was someone who was complaining about me when talking about Umar when he said the intercom system and how that was part of a data system. An intercom system is not part of a data system. And please, and this person was going in on me about this, and you're lying about this, and you're reaching on this, and blah, blah, blah. And I was sitting back like, what are you talking about? You guys can go on to Google and you can type in data system. I've studied it. It was part of the coursework when I was getting my degree in cybersecurity and computer technology. So you can't tell me that I don't know what I know. I know about this. We have to study it. An intercom system is not part of the data system. You guys can type in data system, and this is standard. Anyone, if you're in the IT or if you're in the tech, you guys already know this specific language for a very specific thing. That's not the intercom. The intercom would be part of what would be called a communication system. But data system is something different. See, but Umar doesn't know that, and this person didn't know that either, but they're going to get up on here and run their mouth, real talk, and be disrespectful. Now, you can run your mouth and be wrong, but don't be disrespectful at the same time, because that'll get you blocked. I don't play games like that, okay? Check yourself before you wreck yourself. I just want to point that out because I ain't got time for it. You guys can go into Google, and you can type in data system. You can type in a school data system. What is a data system in a school? You can type in what is a communication system in a school. Two separate things. All right. Let me get these super chats real quick. And Umar doesn't know the difference. Fat Cat says, Lenon, do you use shampoo on your chrome dome or do you just use body wash? Also, do you need to put sunscreen on top or do you wear hats? Cue ball too. Okay. Shampoo. No, I just use a regular body soap that I use. I use it on my head. It's no big deal. I don't do anything special, anything like that. My sons, they have like, I don't want to say dreads, but they have braids and stuff. And if I had hair like that, I would have them too, you know. Yeah. And my wife, she had I think they get that from her because she grew up in the island. She really grew up like Rasta. I know I ain't told people that, but she was grown up Rasta. So she had dreads up until the day before I met her. And my sons, they have braids, like real long braids. My older two boys, they're handsome too. They're real handsome. So they have to take care of their hair. All I got to do is whatever I'm bathing with, and I'm good. Thanks for asking. Also, do you need to put sunscreen on top or do you wear hats? No, I don't put sunscreen on. I've never really needed that. But I do wear hats from time to time, beanies sometimes. It just depends, especially when it starts to get cold. I had this really nice hat, but I lost it recently. And it was like a crochet hat that my wife's friend made. I miss that hat so much. I've been wanting to ask her if she can contact her friend and see if she still makes them. If she does, I'm gonna buy a gang of them because I love those hats. Okay, thanks for the questions. fat cat to 22able. Rocky Dasaki says, am I the only one that sings FDMG randomly daily? You're not the only one. There's other people that do it too because they be posting inside the comment section. It's a catchy tune. It is. That's one thing. I can write really strong melodies that people, if you hear them a couple of times, you start repeating them in your mind. They repeat in my mind all the time too. It's one of my problems. Thank you. Michael, how's it going? Michael says, Umar is a product of social media where his behavior is brushed aside for his ability to generate content. As long as he has clout, he'll be around. Yeah, I agree with this. But in terms of the FDMG thing, I can't see this going past another year and about 4 months. I can't see it. But yeah, I think he'll always have some social media relevance because the behavior is brushed aside. Umar's shenanigans is brushed aside. His scamming and scheming is brushed aside. His fraud is brushed aside because he produces content and he's entertaining too. I have to admit, he's extremely entertaining. So I think in that sense, he will always have some sort of relevance, but even still, he's always going to end right back up where he started. And in terms of life, he's 51. He needs to really start thinking about, how is he going to live the next 10, 15 years? Because at this point, if you get, and I'm about to be 50 in a couple of days, any day now, you never know, you never know. So this now is the time for Umar to really be introspective and think about what it is that he needs to change inside of his life, and then also make those changes so that for the rest he can have something to etch out for the rest of his life. Because it's not going to get better; it's only going to get worse if Umar continues on this path. Same thing with Dempsey Spears. Okay, I've seen it because I've looked into his financials and everything. It's gotten worse and worse and worse. And if he in fact goes to prison, does federal time. And he should do federal time if he's convicted. When he gets out, that's going to be it. Okay, it's going to be very difficult. It's already difficult for him, but it's going to be very difficult. Okay, and I can't even say I feel bad for him because it's karma. Yeah. Thanks, Michael, for the super chat. User 225 says, "Can we watch Mary Ann's latest? It's juicy." Yeah. We will get to that this week. We won't do it today because I'll have a specific video, and we're already up against the clock. Okay, I've been running my mouth all this time. We got 1,386 people here already. Thank you guys so much. But we will get to it sometime this coming week. In fact, I plan on live streaming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we may get 4 live streams in during this week. Okay. Thanks, you, 225. Chi Bird says, became a member. Thank you so much, Chi Bird. There's plenty of content for members, hundreds of videos, archive videos. And also this week, I will have the next segment of the documentary completed. It'll be about 1 hour and 20 minutes long. I may break it up into 2 parts and then do one this week and then the next segment next week. Okay, and this is really good stuff. Okay, stay tuned. Thank you for becoming a member, Chi Bird. How's it going, Kara? Said the black chickens have come home to roost. Yes, and they always do. There's always a price to pay. I've had to pay a heavy price too, being online and exposing Umar over these years. And there's all types of things that I've had to deal with. I was looking into because when I saw this the indictment information and then what's now posted, this is FBI stuff. I mean, it's the feds. I went back and I looked at some of the documents that I had to put together because I put together documents on Dempsey Spears and other people when they were doing what they were doing. And then I had timestamps and all these different videos and then like a breakdown of what was being said and all this stuff. And I still have all that stuff. I could literally turn it into a documentary. But it would be a waste of my time, I think. And the other thing is, I'm not vindictive like that. I'm not. I've never been. Even with Umar, I'm not vindictive. Like there's people online, all they want to do is just cause harm to other people and keep drama going. Listen, I don't have that in my personal life, so why am I going to want to create that online? And what you'll find is that people who are involved in that online, they're involved with that offline too. But that's not how I live my life. I have peace in my household, and I want to maintain that peace no matter what. But if you're out here doing and behaving like Dempsey Spears, those other people who were actively involved in that stuff back then, harming other people, lying about other people, and doing all kinds of stuff, calling people's jobs. They were calling my job and stuff. And I have all that. I still have. I can pull all that up if I ever wanted to. People calling CPS on me and my wife for no reason whatsoever. You know, we've never been perfect parents, but we've always loved our children. We've never hit our children. Okay? Our children don't know nothing about not having food or getting the lights cut off or getting, I know about all that, not having electricity or water. That was the worst, is the water. I can laugh now, but I know that they don't know none of that. You know, but that's the type of things that people were doing back then. And there's still people who are still involved in that type of activity. But at the end of the day, the black chickens, they will come home to roost, you know, and I don't want to have nothing to do with it. That's why I don't go back with people. I just let karma do what it does. Because see, if I go back and yeah, it would have been profitable and it would have been hilarious too, especially with Dempsey Spears. But I don't want that karma, because then when stuff starts to really get bad for him, then I'll start feeling bad. And I'm you know, I don't want to be in that position. Just like same thing with the sister who passed away, you know, rest in peace. Thanks, Kiara. Chichi also says, I had spinal surgery through my abdomen and again through my back 4 days later. Wow. What did I miss most? Lenon in the Cookie Crush chat. Oh, that's nice of you. I was met with the mumspo. If I wasn't already flat on my back, I'll fall. Okay. Well, listen, we want to wish you well in your recovery. Okay, because that's a lot. So surgery through your abdomen and again through your back 4 days later. Yeah. Yeah. Make sure that you're resting up. And if laughing causes any pain, just hold it back. Okay. And we wish you a speedy recovery. Okay. All right. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Months. That's right. Enterprise, here he is right here. I was just at the Vandals today, sent you pics, shake my head. Yeah, I just showed him. So this was the pictures is hot off for the press from today. And it just goes to show you Umar ain't doing it. He is live streaming in his mama closet. And that's just like about 35 minutes away, something like that. I can't remember if it was 25 or 35 minutes away. But he ain't doing nothing up there. Well, thank you for sending that, brother. I appreciate it. What's up, Barry? Barry says, for some reason, his voice creeps me out. Yeah. If you listen to Umar enough, and he has different voices too. I don't know if people notice that, but he has different voices for different characters. And he also has this demonic voice that he uses too. I can pull up the video to show you an excellent example of that. And every time I hear it, I'm like, man, this guy, he owns some other stuff. He really is. Thanks, Barry. And thanks for the super chat. I appreciate it. Happy holidays. Ike says, oh wee girl. Honey. Thanks, Ike. Is that DeMar says this dude all off key, bless his heart. Shout out to Reason, my music producer. No. All right, I use Pro Tools. He was all off key, and you know, if he hadn't been doing what he was doing, if he had asked me for help, I would have helped him. I've helped people on different levels. I've been like, listen, the first thing, go get some singing lessons, and I'm straightforward too. I've been like that even with my own sons. I said, well, this is what you need to work on. This right here, I told them this is a bunch of bullshit. This is right here. This you need to cut this out. But this right here, yeah, this is good right here. And I'm real honest about that when it comes to music. And they don't take it personally. Like, okay, well, that's just dad. He ain't gonna lie to us. I ain't gonna lie. And I wouldn't have lied to them. So I said, first thing first, go get some singing lessons, because obviously he has a desire to do that. You know, so go get some singing lessons. And then start studying music fundamentals. Okay, know what scales are, know what chords are, know your basic chords, which should be all your major chords, all your major scales, all of your minor scales, all your minor chords. Also study music form, like ABA, ABA, ABBAC, whatever, right? So you know how to kind of structure songs, right? I would have given advice, and I would have been going on and on. But he was out here really being really reckless and hurt just a lot of people, and it just didn't even register. I don't even think it registers to this day. He needs to get right. I said he needs to get right with the Lord for all the harm that he's caused people, because things are going to get a whole lot worse, way worse than what he thinks. Right? Thanks. Is that DeMar? And I'm not saying that to rejoice in it, not at all. But I just know how these things go, and you can't be online doing what you were doing for all these years. And attacking people and hurting people and lying on people and not expect there to be consequences, right? Thank you. Is that DeMar for a super chat? Jackson says, "Give it up, Mr. Randy Watson." All right. I think he, from what I can tell, I think he was trying to. He's been pulling from who's the singer? Do a little something, something. Maxwell. So I think he probably used to listen to Maxwell when he was in college and wanted to be a singer. I don't think he ever wanted to be. This guy was supposed to be a therapist, like a psychologist. And you guys would be amazed. He was writing these pornographic songs about women in his chat room and all this kind of. He's supposed to be married to. I said something ain't right. Yeah, something ain't right. Every once in a while, I'll pull up something. Okay, because I got all these videos downloaded. I don't have a lot of I have all of his more recent ones. I got it back, but I have all of his more recent ones. But his original YouTube page when he first started, I don't have all of those. If I had all those, I would probably strongly consider doing a documentary on this guy because it would be compelling. I already know what the title was. I thought about this years ago, to be The Curious Case of Dempsey Spears. That's what it would be called. Thanks, Jackson. What's up, Holly B says, I remember folks acted awful because you kept on Umar's neck. Funny how they've been having bad luck. Kendrick showed us not to mess with God's chosen. Yeah, the thing is that there's a lot of people that they've succumbed to their own devices. There are also people who, on the surface, it may look like they're doing well, but I can already tell where they're headed long term. It's unfortunate. That's why I'm saying that you know, if you've done wrong, you have to repent and you have to ask for forgiveness. And ideally, you want to ask for forgiveness from the people that you harm. But if you're unwilling to do that, at least you need to go to the Lord and ask for forgiveness. Otherwise, if you don't see that what you were doing was wrong, there's going to be some serious consequences. And if you don't humble yourself and ask for the forgiveness and receive it, then God's going to humble you. And you would much rather you do the humbling than for God to do it, because God don't play, never has. See, right is right and wrong is wrong. It's that simple, you know. But there's a lot of people from back in the day, they've fallen off so bad, it's a big time. But if that's what you were doing back then, there's always going to be a consequence. There's always going to be a consequence, good or bad, you know. Thanks, Holly B. Good point. Barry also says, I'm fighting very hard the urge to get on the regional and graffiti that. No, don't do that. That guy, no. Don't, Barry, don't even talk like that, because then it happens and then people come back and blame me for it. I said, no, that's Barry. That was Barry. So don't even say that, okay? Yeah, I've never told people to do nothing like that to anybody, including the people who used to lie on me. And not just on me, they was going at other people and doing all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm so tempted to be petty. I am, but I'm not going to do that. I just have to practice discipline. But I could pull up so many videos and we would have a good time. Okay, Barry, thank you for the super chat, but please don't do that. Okay, thank you. Holly B says, Lenon, my eyes fill up whenever you talk about your daughters. It's been a wonderful watching you grow and adapt with everything. It reminds me of missing my dad, but I promise they will appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And sometimes my daughters, they may not understand because I'm very protective of them. And so for me, I have to know where they're at. You know, they're just not going to be out there doing whatever they want to. And I don't think they understand that quite yet, but they'll get it later. You know, they'll get it later. My sisters, they grew up without that. And my father was abusive, so they got abused, but they also didn't get the safety. It's never safe, you know, the protection. And that's one of our primary responsibility. The other thing too is just being present in our daughter's life, and our sons too, but our daughters, and being kind and generous in particular. Because I'm different with my sons than I am with my daughters. My daughters, it's like, you know, hey baby, how you doing? You have a good day today? You know, where's my hug? Give me my hug. Give me a hug. Okay, yeah. What you doing? That kind of thing. I'm different with my sons, especially my older boys. Like, okay, what you doing? All right. You know, I talk to them different. This is just how it is. But with my daughters, I'm very careful. I consider them to be delicate, and they should be treated with respect and delicacy, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. And the reason why is because I want them to set that to be the standard. That there's going to be someone in their life that's going to treat them with respect and also be there to protect them. And sometimes they probably may think, well, Dad, come on, Dad, it's not that serious. Yeah, well, maybe not, but this is how Daddy's supposed to be. Okay, so it is what it is. And I love all of my children and my daughters. They're so precious. You know, they're so precious. Thanks, Holly B, for the kind words. And I've changed. I've adapted. I've done better, and I've talked to my children about that too. And a lot of it has to do with the Cook Crush Chat, because I'm a lot more joyful and humorous, and really the Cook Crush Chat's what tapped into the humor part, because I didn't really have that together back in the day. I got it together now, but that filters into my everyday life with my kids. So we joke around a lot too. But the most important thing is that my daughters know that I got their back no matter what, and that I'm there to protect them no matter what. And I tell them that when I drop them off at the airport, at the bus stop, because it's getting cold. It's not cold enough for them not to walk, but I don't want to. They're my daughter, so we get in the car. We'll drive over there. We'll wait for the bus. And I always tell them when they get out the car, I say, if you need anything, you call me or you text me. Okay, love you too, Dad. They get out the car and go to the bus. Yeah. All right, thanks, Holly B. Yeah, I've come a long way. Still got a long way to go though, but thank the Lord. Thank you so much. Newt Diggy says, I'm a former interior communications electrician, intercom announcing, and a former electronic technician. Satellite, radar, data, and computer services, and data and intercom are not the same. Yeah, absolutely. They're not the same. And people can look it up. But the person was so adamant, they called me a liar. And that's the one thing. Listen, you can say what you want. Don't be disrespectful. And it's one thing to be it's one thing to say have a difference in opinion. It's another thing to be disrespectful about it. But then if your difference of opinion, you're wrong, you're in the wrong in the first place, and then you're disrespectful too. Don't do that. I just block the person. I normally don't do that, but I'm not going to tolerate that. You know, people, you got to set a standard on how people going to talk to you, how they're going to treat you, especially if they're wrong and they're being disrespectful. Okay, there's a serious difference between data or data, if for you guys who are sci-fi from Star Trek and the Next Generation. That's the inside joke. Most of y'all don't know about, was it Dr. Pulaski? We ain't gonna get to that right now. But there's a difference between that and communications. Anyway, thank you, Newt Diggy. Newt Diggy also says, I held an interior communication electrician electronics technician position in the Navy for 8 years. 2 types of systems are different. Yeah, so you know what you're talking about. 8 years. Yeah, you know what you're talking. You know better than I do. So there you go. Hit the 1, okay? I've been validated today. Thank you so much for the super chat. Miranda, how's it going? Says Cougar Chat fam. Right, karma will make it right. Leonard, keep standing strong and holding on to your integrity. Wild Wildebeest comment took me. Yeah, it's true, and I don't mean to be mean about this. I want to pull up one more that I was watching yesterday, but I don't want to be petty. I was listening to it. My wife was like, what's that? Because he used to go in on my wife too. And I never said nothing. I never responded, and I'm not going to respond. But there was this other one I was watching. I said, this guy, is this the one right here? Let me see. No, this ain't the one. I'm gonna go see if I can find it once we get going here. Be a little petty. Thanks, Miranda. All right. Odie says everyone has a karmic debt they have to pay at some point. Yes, inevitable. It's inevitable. And so that's why I've been very careful over these years. And there's plenty of people that I mean, it would have been so hilarious. We would have had a good time going in on people who were, out here talking reckless and lying and I mean, he called me. He said I was a scammer and that my wife and I, we were committing healthcare fraud. But look how things have turned. Even back then, he was the one involved. Going all back to 2016. How you gonna scam the government out of what was it, $1.4 million or whatever it was? I can't remember what it was. Over $1 million, and you getting tax liens for $100,000? Something ain't right. What's going on? See, but all those. I mean, he was spend. I can't tell you how much time he used to spend online, not just lying on people. And I have to say one other thing. He was spending so much time online, and not just in his own live stream, but then in other people's live stream who were attacking people who were criticizing Umar and just lying about people, making up all types of stuff going. I mean, just really, something's not right with him. He's supposed to be a mental health expert, but something wasn't right with him. I knew that. I can tell from the beginning. But the other thing, though, too, is that there were people who would go, even the people who would go and who would be in those chat rooms. You guys have to really question yourself in terms of why it was that you were following somebody like that. This person was lying about me and my wife, and then they'd be up over here in the chat room keying with me. And no disrespect. I'm just saying, as now that where we're at today and what we know today, what was it about him that had you up over there participating in that? And I'll have to say that I'm not coming from a place of high horse, because I've been in a position where there were people that I used to follow and I thought one way, but then you realize later on that that's not who they were, what they were about. So I've gone down that path too. But see, I've asked the questions why, and really had to do some introspection and think about it. But people, this is the time for those of you guys who were in those chat rooms, participated, where he was lying on people and he going in on me, going in on my wife, and y'all keying and laughing up and calling in and chatting and going on along with the drama and all this stuff. You have to ask critical questions about yourself too. That ain't got nothing to do with me. That has to do with you personally. Figure that out, because when you figure that out, that's an opportunity for you to grow and do better as a person and just do better in life. Okay. I've had to come to grips with that too myself. Okay. But at the end of the day, everyone has a karmic debt to pay. And even if you're in those chat rooms and participating in that madness, you know, you gotta be ready for the karma, because it's inevitable, right? Thanks, OD. Michael says, "How dare you insult wildebeest?" Right, see, now you see, that's just one little segment of one video. I have hundreds of his videos, and I could just pull up. We could go in, but I ain't gonna do him like that. He has much more serious problems. I mean, he would get online. I remember one time he diagnosed one of my sons. I know one thing: my son, he don't have no $100,000 tax lien. Well, one of the son, he was talking all this mess, but he's doing quite well. He's doing way better than I was doing when I was his age. He's saving about $1,000 a month, living his best life, and he's not shady out here doing stuff and scamming and scheming like that. And he's a good person, like really. All my kids are, but he's a good person. Me and my wife, we talk about that, like they're good people. You know, they were raised right. So talking all that mess and even speaking on somebody else's son, you know, you shouldn't do that. And speaking on somebody's wife too, you shouldn't do that. You said all kind of horrible stuff about my wife, you know. See, it's easy to talk like that online. It's easy. But see, when you up in there with Big Bubba, go and talk that shit. When you're up in there in Big Bubba, we're gonna see. You know, come out there walking funny when you come up out of there. Time always tells the truth, and karma's undefeated. Hit the one. We're gonna leave that right there. Chi says, "The laughter lifts my spirit and keeps dark thoughts at bay, along with the community of my like-minded and hilarious black folks is worth every." Yeah, but you don't want to be, you know, laughing and hurting at the same time, okay? But I appreciate it. It's true. The Cookie Crush chat, it does. It lifts my spirits, and I can say that I'm a different person because we've been at this for years now. But in particular for me, humor, you guys really brought that. I'm gonna tell you one people. He's not around as much these. I haven't seen him in a while. Big Man really helped me to tap into that. There's other people too, but Big Man in particular. He would set things off, and it would get crazy. He would take over the show, and at a certain point, I was getting upset because everyone was coming to listen to him. I said, "It's my show." But anyway, he helped me to really tap into that. So I'm really appreciative of it. And then it filters into my everyday life. It's made my life very enjoyable, you know, and then I get to pass that on to my kids too. There's some other stuff coming down the line too. Y'all just be patient. Okay. Thanks, Chi-Chi, for the super chat. And Chi-Chi also says, "As a clinical social worker, my mental health, this amazing community would have built needs. You've built needs you. The truth, healing, laughter. Petty is my favorite cup." Yeah, I mean, and I could be real petty. I could, you know, but I try not to be. And you know, it's in particular with Dempsey, it's easy for people, I think, at this point to go in on him and all this stuff. But I just don't think that it's gonna, you know, people need to be aware of what he was doing for all those years, because then it puts in perspective why it was that he was online doing what he was doing. Clearly, he's not happy with his life. If he's scamming, and those are felonies. His career is over with. If he gets convicted on just one of these counts, it's a 9-count indictment. His career is over with. In fact, in the documentation, he had to close down his business. He's had different businesses, but over the years they failed. But see, he spent so much. I tell you, I'll tell you. But I could have been real petty, and I could have been going back and going in on him and going. But no, I didn't do that. You know. And then the last big thing that he did was he had Umar Johnson on his YouTube page and interviewed him. When Jamal was talking all this mess, I didn't even watch the video. People told me. But I have it downloaded. I think once I get to it in the timeline for the documentary, I may have that in there. But look where things are at now. And Jamal ended up taking all of his social media stuff down. So who knows? Ain't no telling. They may have pulled up when Jamal was up in there. Ain't no telling. Or they may have contacted, because Jamal was in the military. They may have contacted Jamal and say, "Hey, listen, you know, FBI, we're looking into him. What do you know? What can you tell us? Because we saw you at his, you know." But ain't no telling. He ended up taking all the social media down. Anyway. A lot of laughter in here, and we have a good time. But again, there's truth too. You know, there's education aspects of this too, and it's a beautiful thing. You know, I'm really grateful. Thank you guys so much. I normally don't live stream on Sunday, but it feels good. Maybe I need to start doing it more. All right. Okay. Thanks, Chi-Chi, for all the super chats. And then User55 says, "People thought I was Big Man." Yeah, because I can see that. I can see, and I don't think you are, but I'm just saying I can see why they would, because you be. Anyway, she says, "At 55, I've learned laughter and rest." Yeah. Well, I'll be 50 in a couple of days, so you know, I get it. I totally get it. And then, you know, as we get older, we want to enjoy life more, and laughter is a huge part of that. It's a huge part of that. Okay, let's get into the main video for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Everyone inside of the chat room, everyone inside the Cook Fresh chat. Thank you guys. By the way, Dempsey Spears just talked poorly about the Cookie Fresh chat too. You know, you saw take on makeup, but see here we are. Let me just check this poll. We got over 1,500 people, or about 1,500 people in the chat room. We have 1,264 votes so far. How many months have passed since Umar live streamed in his mama's closet? 11% say 1 month, 21% said 3 months, 27% said 5 months, and 7% said 40 months. Okay, I'll give you the answer as we get closer to the end of this live stream. We already made the goal of 554 likes, so thank you guys so much. Our goal is always 500. I'm gonna have to bump that up. Okay, thank everyone. If you're enjoying the show at any point during this live stream, make sure you hit that like button. Okay, all right. Let's get into it. So this is a video that Umar did just yesterday. And look and behold, where is Umar at? Where is Dora the Explorer? Where is Carmen Sandiego? Where is Umar Johnson? Umar Johnson is in his mama closet again. He in his mama closet, y'all. Umar Johnson is in his mama closet. I told y'all, hit the one. I told y'all he's gonna be back in his mama closet. Why y'all do me like that? Don't do me like that. His closet, cut it out. He's back in that mama closet. Child. Child, he back in that mama closet on Saturday. He was in that mama closet. What's up, Jimmy Jamboree? Jimmy Jamboree. All right, he back in that mama closet, y'all. Yep, I told y'all. Y'all don't do him like that. Y'all called him a walrus and a manatee. Don't do him like that. He in the mama closet. He cold too. He all bundled up. All right. Let me stop. Let me shut up to the Cookie Crush chat. Let me get out of this chat room. Yeah, I know. Just looking about a crazy in the mama closet. Where's Walt? Yeah, I forgot that one. Where's Waldo? What's up, Barn? Barn's in the building. Shout out to Barn Keith. He's been around a long time. Okay, let's get going here because Umar in the mama closet. Now it starts off. He's playing the Undertaker music. I'm gonna skip through that because it's dark. But there's a point where his phone, his what do they call that? Your phone, the ringtone. It's that song of that gay guy. I don't know what the gay guy is. He did a duet with what's her name? I can't remember her name. I don't forget. I said it earlier. If you look in my life and see what I see. Mary J. Blige.
Africanism piece.
All right, let's go. Just sitting in his mama's closet. This goes on for about 1 minute and 30 seconds before he actually starts. And he's playing the Undertaker music. No, not Sam Smith. It's did Sam Smith do that song first? I didn't even. Yeah, you're right about that. I'm tripping. Yeah, but I'm talking about. Someone said Elton John. No, he didn't sing. Oh, you're saying that the gay guy's name is Sam Smith? Oh, okay. Dang, Umar just sitting there. I didn't even pause it. He ain't even doing nothing. Here you go.
Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism. Peace and Pan Africanism.
Yeah, he just got out of bed. Look at him. He rolled off that cot, that little cot over there in that corner.
This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Tunde.
Sound all tired.
The Prince of Pan-Africanism, King Kong Consciousness, notorious RBG, the leader of the global Black consciousness and Pan-Africanist movement.
Yeah, people said Sam Cooke.
This is the Black Parent Teleconference. This is the Black Parent Teleconference. This is the Black Parent Teleconference.
Yeah. He's not well. He's not well at all. I can tell. Yep, but the person who broke that story was Sister Mary Ann Lawrence. Shout out to her.
You have a question about a child, education, or mental health. This is the opportunity for you to ask that question.
See, he needs to go get checked out.
You need to text your first name and your city. Your first name and your city at this time to my cell phone. 215-989.
There's that song right there. That's the song right there. Isn't that the song? I could be wrong though, actually. It's probably called Stay With Me. Let me go see. Mary J. Blige, Stay With Me. Yeah, that's the song. The guy's name is Sam Smith. I don't know why I was saying Sam Cooke. Sam Smith. Yeah, he's very fab. Like, I mean, he ain't playing. He's like, listen, this is me. And I don't, you take it or you don't. He ain't playing. He don't care. Good. Shout out to him. Be you. You know what I'm saying? Dempsey used to say that I was gay. He was the main person spreading that foolishness. And I'm not, no disrespect to LGBT, but it as a heterosexual, we don't where I come from, you don't play like that. You don't play like that. This is the guy right here. So that's why Lene said that this was Umar's ringtone. And that's it. Let me show you the guy right quick. If it lets me. What's going on with this interface? It's tripping. Okay, here it is. Wait a minute. Is this it? No, that's not working. Hold on one second. But that's the ringtone for sure. Okay. Let me try this again. Is this going to work? Okay, yeah, here we go. It'll work now. Yeah, so Sam Smith. Umar be talking all kind of mess about the LGBT, but he sure will have Sam Smith as his ringtone. This is this guy right here. He ain't playing. He claiming, he like, yes. Mm-hmm. Let me stop. But listen, if you gay, and because there's different, some people are gay and they ain't all, fabulous like that. But there are ones that, if whatever, just be you. That's all I'm saying. Okay. But Umar, he talk all this mess about LGBT, but he sure had this man's ringtone on his phone. And Lene was like, she was getting tired of it because it would come on all the time because people call him. Well, that's what's happening right here.
9858. That is.
Look at this guy.
215-989.
Got his hands on, got a hand on his chest.
9858. You want to go ahead and.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope that anyone in LGBT, no disrespect. That's just a term. Is that disrespectful? I don't know. I don't know if that's, if you LGBT, if you're male and you're gay, please don't take offense. I didn't mean no disrespect by that, but that's just the way maybe I shouldn't be using it. If it's disrespectful, I apologize. I didn't think it was. Anyway, yeah, if I've offended anyone, I apologize. Here we go.
Text your first name and your city.
Yeah, Umar was clutching his pearls. He was like, girl. Umar was like, girl.
I will call you so you can ask your question. 215-989-9858. If you have a question, special ed, autism, evaluation, IEP, suicide, emotional disturbance.
Mimo, don't do him like that. We're not bringing up the man jaw.
504, suspension, expulsion,
yeah,
whatever your question
Umar was clutching his pearls. That song came on. He was
allow
like, girl.
some live Instagram
Oh,
tap outs.
girl.
Only if you have a question about your child. We're not talking about anything else.
Honey bunny.
If you bring up anything else, I will cancel you from the Instagram live. So if it's parents,
girl, that was
on my
another one
Instagram
too.
who have a question about your child,
Child honey and
you
something
can
else.
tap in. Okay? So you can text me or you can tap in. You can text your first name and your phone number. Excuse me, you can text your first name and your city to my
What's up,
phone number,
Carlita? Y'all crazy.
215-989-9858.
Yeah,
Text.
consider the many disrespectful things you could have said. We all know you didn't have any. Yeah. And if there's any people in the LGBT feel offended, I apologize humbly. I didn't mean any disrespect by it. Let's go.
Messages will have priority. Instagram tap-ins will be secondary. Okay.
Lord have mercy.
Those
Girl.
who contact me by text message will have priority.
There it is.
Instagram tap-ins will be secondary.
Y'all crazy.
Okay.
What's up, Sagonito?
All right. So, let's get started.
It's crazy. I'm staying out of it. Umar, he looked tired. Don't he look tired? Look at him. This poor guy. He just got out of bed. This was early in the morning. Yeah, I was just saying that. He just woke up. He ain't take no bath and shower, nothing. Here you go, playing with that upper lip again. You know it's never good to be playing with that upper lip. Umar, you need to cut it out. Cut it out. Let me get this Sam Cook thing off. Sam Smith thing off my screen before my wife walked in. My wife walked in like, what the world's going on in here? I said, oh no, baby, that's a good question. That's a good question, baby. Start sniffing and blinking. Baby. Umar, boy, leave that big lip, that top lip alone.
Off and turn it on. It's acting up. Hold on. Give me 1 second, y'all. Phone is acting up. Again, if you have a question about your son or daughter, text your first name and city to 215-989-9858.
This is sad. He's back large human in the mama closet after many months. Make sure you get your poll, answer the poll.
If you have a question about your son or daughter, education or mental health, text your first name and your city to 215-989-9858. Shout out to my continental Africans.
Here he
Shout
go.
out to my Africans of Asia.
Here he go. Roll call.
European Africans, my Canadian Africans, my South Pacific Africans, my Australian Africans, my Caribbean Africans, my South American Africans, my Central American Africans, my Jersey Africans, my Philly Africans, my New York City Africans, my Connecticut Africans, my Boston Africans, my Oakland, my LA Africans, my Inland Empire Africans, my San Diego Africans, my Phoenix Africans, my Houston and Dallas and Houston, Dallas and Austin Africans, my Fort Worth Africans, my Carolina and Florida Africans, my Maryland and Virginia Africans, my DC Africans, my Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, Memphis, Nashville Africans, my Minnesota Africans.
Minnesota? What in the world?
Okay, let's try this again. Okay, let's try this again. Good morning, Queen. This is Dr. Umar. You're live with the Black Parent Teleconference. You're calling from Georgia, my sister.
Yes, this is Ty. How are you?
Pleased to meet you, Queen. Pleased to meet you. Go right ahead
Bless
with your
her
question.
heart. Bless her heart.
Yes, so my son is 17. He's a senior. And one thing that I've noticed this year is he's been having a lot of anger issues, which has led to him getting into altercations with the police. And
okay, Umar's not the person to be talking about because Umar got his own anger issues. Hit the one.
And other authority figures. I just recently signed him up for counseling, but I'm wondering, like, as a parent, what can I do to really kind of help him learn how to manage his emotions and also learn how to interact with authority figures, especially the police?
Umar look annoyed.
Because I think what was most concerning for me was when he had a run-in with the police this year.
Excuse me.
Okay. What kind of run-in with the police?
He and his friends were at the mall, the local mall here, and he was asked to leave by a security guard who was saying that it was time for the mall to close. I think he was being targeted because they were allowing, like families and stuff to continue to sit and eat in the mall, but they followed him to the exit and verbally harassed him until he got to the exit. And at that time, a Gwinnett County police officer approached him and told him something, and he started going back and forth verbally with the police officer, which led to him being arrested and charged with, what do you call it? They charged him with disturbing the peace, and they charged him with criminal trespassing.
Okay. Question for you, because anger in teenage boys is often a cover for depression. So my question is, where is the biological father?
I knew he was going to ask that.
He lives in New Orleans.
He lives in New Orleans. How often does he speak with him?
They speak semi-regularly, and they don't see each other often.
Why?
Because they've had some issues and run-ins. His dad previously had a drinking problem. He's since gotten sober, but I think the damage was done during the time
I already know
that
what
he had
Umar
the
gonna
drinking
do.
problem.
Already
And
know.
now my son, he just, I think he doesn't want to be around his dad because he doesn't trust his dad, and he doesn't believe that, his dad is sober and healed.
Okay, is there another father figure around?
Yes, uncles. We have several uncles and big brothers here in Atlanta that are around him often, kind of standing in the gap.
Okay, now if they're around him often, how is he still getting into these issues? I mean, does he really have a consistent presence of an older male? Because if he does, I'm wondering how some of these situations are taking place.
Right. Yeah, I would say it's consistent. My brother is around very consistently, but my brother is not his father.
That is correct. Are these other men spending time with him, though? Quality time?
Yes. My brother comes, watches film with him. My son plays football. Comes, watches film with him. He was just here last weekend making sure that he got his college applications in, because I told my brother I had been
That's good.
asking him to, but he still hadn't done it. So my brother said, don't worry about it. I'm going to come over there and I'm going to make sure he does it.
And those things are very important, very important. However, I'm talking about that emotional connection where they're talking about his life, his feelings, things he's been through with his father, the emotional connection, not just watching the football games and getting ready for college. That's important.
Right.
But what about that emotional
connection?
Yes, the bond.
I think that folks try, including
Umar, Umar's not even taking care of his own daughter. None of them.
Myself, but my son, he's very reserved. He's very internal. I try to have, if I take him by myself and try to have a one-on-one conversation with him, sometimes I can get him to open up a little bit about his feelings, but for the most part, he doesn't want to talk about the things that are bothering him.
Okay. Are there other children from you in the home?
I have 6-year-old twins that are adopted.
Okay, 6-year-old twins that are adopted. Is your son your only?
We also have 2 nephews here. My son is my only child. We also are taking care of 2 of our nephews that are teenagers as well.
Okay.
So 5 boys in all.
Okay. So, and your son is how old again?
17. He's a senior in high school.
Okay, he's 17-year-old senior. You have the 2 6-year-old twins who were adopted, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then how old are the 2 nephews?
They're 15 and 18. So the 3 of them are in high school together.
Got you. Now I heard you say we are taking care of them. Who's the we? You have a significant other there as well?
No, I have a multi-generational family household. So my cousin and I, we are sharing a house, and we are
your cousin, male or female?
Male.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're sharing a house and helping to raise all the children together.
Got you. So the two nephews are your cousins.
Correct.
Okay. So we got the two 6-year-old twins. We have a 15-year-old. We have your son who's 17, and then we have the 18-year-old cousin.
Correct. It's all men and me.
Understood. Question: does your son feel drowned out in that environment by the love you understandably have to give to your adopted 6-year-old twin sons, as well as the natural attention you give as an aunt and a mother figure to your 15-year-old nephew and your 18-year-old nephew? Is your son feeling like he's having to divide too much of your attention with the other children in the home?
That's definitely a possibility. There's definitely a possibility that he could feel that way.
Okay, but you haven't spoken with him about
asked
that.
him.
Okay.
Yeah, I never asked him, but I could see that's a reasonable assumption.
Okay. How much time does he spend with you away from everyone else in the household?
This is what, yeah, well, this is so low vibrational.
How often do you and him connect and go out? Just mom and son?
Maybe like a couple times a month.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Question.
Oh,
go ahead. I'm sorry. Continue
I was
that.
saying we all spend time together, like at home, but I guess at home with it being so many people, I think it's not a lot of one-on-one time. So I like to take him away from the house and say, oh, hey, let's go do this together. Just the two of us. We'll go volunteer together or go get a meal together.
You know, all the, okay. What, just based upon what I've heard, the question should be, is he receiving any professional psychological services? See, what the professional would do is figure out why it is that he has these issues. It could be a hormonal imbalance. It could be childhood trauma. It could be his peer group. You know, it could be loneliness. Yeah, it could be depression. But that has to be assessed in the first place before you can figure out what a remedy is. So why doesn't Umar do that? Why don't he say, well, listen, is he receiving any professional psychological services? And Umar's supposed to be a child psychologist, right? But he's not. He's supposed to be a child therapist, right? But he's not. He's supposed to be a child psychotherapist, but he's not. He worked as a school psychologist back in 2000, from 2000 to 2005 in the Philadelphia School District, and then did work intermittently in the charter school system going up to 2010, 2011, but he hasn't worked consistently since that time. And he's not a child psychologist today. He doesn't even hold a child. He's not even certified to be a child psychologist. No license either. So, but why doesn't he just say that? Well, part of it is because he wants to present himself as a solution, but clearly he don't know nothing. He hasn't talked with the boy. He hasn't spent time with the boy. Well, that's where the professional psychological services come in. It's that simple. And then he can ask further, okay, well, why hasn't? If he has, okay, well, what have they determined? What's the, really none of this he shouldn't be doing this anyway, because but still, okay, well, how is he doing with that? Is he receiving therapy? What type of therapy is he receiving? Okay, is there any medication involved? But then if the child's not receiving those, okay, well, why isn't he receiving that? Okay, is it a financial issue? Well, yeah, maybe it's okay. Well, let's see what we can do. Let's see if we can get some money together so that we can help pay for his psychological services. You have health insurance. See, the idea is that resources, but that's not what Umar's sitting up here looking bummy in his mama closet.
Together or whatever, do something, just the two of us.
Look at this guy. This is making me. I'm getting down. Matter of fact, it's petty time. It's petty time. Is he grinding on the guitar? What in the world? Petty time. I shouldn't do this. I should not do this. Everybody get your petty boots on, family. We about to do the electric slide. Here we go.
Creepy people, let the real show you that old school love.
I think he's talking about someone online, a woman online. He ain't even playing the guitar. That's fine.
People, let the real show
He in a corner and shit. You know, am I being too petty? I apologize.
you that old school love and giving me the blues, giving me the blues, yeah.
What in the world? Is that enough? Should I keep going? I shouldn't do this. I know I should. I apologize. I ain't apologize. But I needed to get, yeah, that's right. We need to get lifted up, family. Every time we get down with this Umar, we're coming right back to this track, family.
Let me give it to you all day long. I know you watching me on YouTube. I know you think about
He's lip syncing this shit. You don't even know the lyrics. Y'all see this foolishness?
me when you go to sleep, wondering if I can go deep.
Creepy people. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I'm being so. This is petty beyond petty. I should do it because he's really having a hard time. I shouldn't do him like that. I'm gonna pray for him. That'll make it up. I'll pray for him tonight. I'll say a couple of prayers. I'm singing a couple of country songs for him. All right, let's get back to it. We had to get uplifted. Here we go.
Okay, because one of my, although I have no question you love your son, I don't even think he has a question regarding his mother's love. But with the father not being hands-on, you're the only other parent he can lean on.
Umar, you're not hands-on.
And then he may be feeling like even he's not the priority with you as well. And I think some of the anger could come from the fact.
Now, again, he's innocent until proven guilty, but the feds, you guys know how they go. And it's a 9-count indictment. And there are people, other professionals, because what he was doing was he was using their information to charge Medicare or Medicaid, whichever one it is, to charge Medicaid to bill under those people. But they weren't even working for him. It's deeper than that, though, too. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get back to this video. But yeah, you're right.
You know that neither parent is as present and available emotionally as he would need y'all to be.
Yeah.
Okay. The other question, does he have his own room?
Yes.
Okay, so he has his own space. Okay. Yeah, I think you need.
This is Umar digging sleep out his eye and rubbing it and letting little sleep crumbs fall on his. Boy, this is.
Need to spend more time with him. I also think we need to push a little more with the father. Here's my opinion. Unless the father puts your son in harm's way, meaning if he's selling drugs on the street, if he's physically abusing him, the risk of sexual abuse, anything like that. If that's not going on, in my opinion, I believe it's better for a child to have some kind of relationship with their father than none at all. And I am also of the opinion.
I've heard Umar say that even if the father's abusive, that he should still. Anyway, I don't know if I read this part. Let me just read this real quick. And this is a clinic owner arrested in multi-million-dollar fraud scheme involving non-existent psychotherapy services from October 1st, 2025. This is dealing with Dempsey Spears. According to court documents, Spears owned and operated 2 mental health clinics traditional life counseling and consultation in Texas City and Spears Community Services in Mesquite. He allegedly continued billing under the names of 7 licensed clinical social workers after they resigned from TLCC. So he was using their information. That's probably where he gets the aggravated identity theft from. And then listen to this. The charges further allege he submitted claims for services purportedly provided to Medicare beneficiaries who were deceased at the time of the billing treatment.
Feeling guilty when you're waking up in the morning and wondering what Deidre is doing. Wondering if Deidre can make love to you all over. Oh, let Deidre show you that old school love.
Wow. Incredible. Back in Mama's closet for Christmas. Yeah, good point too. The other thing is, remember, it's getting cold. So Umar can't sleep in the car. He can't sleep at them FDMG trap bathrooms because there's still no HVAC working, even though he said there was. So where does he, and I told you this is going to happen. I said, winter's coming. Where does he have to go back to? He got to go back to his mama house in the mama closet because he's been homeless since 2019. Good point. Yeah, thanks for the super chat. Sweet D says, I'm sorry, Mama. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But tonight, I'm back in Mama's closet. What is that song from? I remember that from something. I meant to hurt. Yeah, I can't remember what that song was. Remember what that song was? I'm sure someone in here is going to remember that. Yeah. He had to come back to Mama closet. Yeah, winter's coming. Yeah. Yeah, Eminem. That's Eminem. Yeah. Okay. All right. Don't tell Umar that because he don't like him. Anyway, back in Mama closet. Yeah. Everybody start cleaning out your closet now just in case Umar did come through. Here we go.
Do not choose whether or not they want a relationship with their parent. That's not a decision a child makes, not even at 17. Okay? If it's me, you're going to have
Yeah, that karma bus misses no stops. Yep, you're right about that. That's why I've always tried to be mindful.
Relationship with your father. You don't have to see him all the time, but you're going to see him consistently.
Make this Umar pressing his lip pick a thumb. I ain't going to do him like that. He's really struggling right now on different levels, including his health, passing out allegedly. But you can tell, I can tell he's not in a good place. Giannis says, you're one of the most talented black men online. We desperately need people like you in the black community. My father still listens to Umar. Well, thank you for the kind words. It's unfortunate. It really is. There's a lot of people who are still caught and mesmerized by Umar. But if they just look at his personal life, and people, they say things like, well, it doesn't matter about the man, it's about the message. No, because anyone can tell you anything. What about character? Character is what matters in the first place. And see, if Umar was a man of character, he wouldn't be living in his mama closet. He wouldn't be living off of his mama in the first place. If he was a man of character. So the question becomes, why would anyone follow someone who lacks character? Okay. Thanks, John, for the super chat. This Land's original says, why is he speaking on anything family related? Yeah, he's never had a family. He got a gang of baby mamas though, but he's never had a family. He's never been a father in a traditional sense. He's never been a husband. He's never talked about being in a long-standing committed relationship with the woman. Why is he even talking about a family? He knows nothing about that. And I can tell even when he talks about, a family type of stuff, he don't know what he's talking about because he don't know what that's about. You don't know. He's a hypocrite. Thanks for super chat. PP says, like what the F? How are people still asking this goofy for parental advice? Meanwhile, his daughter is literally homeless in the same city. Unreal. Yeah. And it's bad. And I'm not here to speak on his daughter, but it's really, really bad. It's way worse than it was when it all started. With Umar going in on her and telling his followers to attack her in her DMs. It's horrible for him to do that. Okay, she wasn't prepared for the social media and all that type of stuff. She should have been protecting her, even though she was calling him out and telling the truth that he was a deadbeat. But that's Umar. He doesn't care. He has no care. And it was vindictive of him for him to do that. And then look at where she's at. And I'm not saying that it's simply because of what Umar did, but that had a profound impact because it impacted her mental health. And to this day, he has not done anything that I've seen. And from what she has said, he hasn't done anything to help her. And it's bad. It's a lot worse than what people realize. I can tell you that. But I'm leaving it right there. Sad. That's supposed to be his daughter. And again, what else do people got to know? What else does people have to see in Umar than that to know what he's about? Thank you for the super chats. YouTube says, why does this look like Lenon in a cowboy? No, it don't. Mm-mm. All of his songs are like begging for cooch too, by the way. It's just begging for cooch. He's supposed to be married. See, I think he has issues with his skin color, with his appearance. You know, he has issues with a lot of different issues. And again, I'm not here to bash him at this time. I'm just stating facts. The other thing is I strongly believe that he's very fragile right now because of everything that's taking place, and going in on him may push him over the edge. I tell you, my best advice is just plead out. Don't take this to trial. Plead out so that you get lesser time. Serve your time, and then while you're serving this time, make sure you're getting the psychological service. You're supposed to be a psychologist. Do get the psychological services that you need to get your life back on track when you get out, because there's a lot of rebuilding you're going to need to do. Your career is over with. Okay, that's over with. There's nothing you can do about that. Okay, what's the plan for the future? Go do the time, get that done, and figure out a strategy so that you win when you get out. You can minimize the damage, but you're gonna lose a lot. But that's okay. That's life. Sometimes you got to lose, and you fall to your knees and humble yourself to pick yourself back up and get back on track. I'm living proof of that. And he was one of the main people who was talking shit and criticizing me when I was struggling big time. But I know one thing: I wasn't out here committing Medicare fraud and doing identity theft. Me and my wife, we struggle, but we still together. Here we are. Things are a lot better these days, and I'm thankful. We are blessed and highly favored. But I had to deal with my reality and recognize what I needed to do. Well, now's the time for Dempsey Spears. He's either going to do it or he's not, you know. But you can't change the past. Okay, the damage has already been done. All those people that he hurt for half a decade. Countless people that he hurt, and then countless people that he used and paid to hurt other people. That's some serious karma. Okay, well, you need to repent and get right with the Lord. Go do that time. That's part of the repentance. Do that time, pay your dues, get a plan together, because when you get out, you're going to have to rebuild from the ground up. That's my best advice. And stop getting online. You shouldn't be online because you don't know how to act. You shouldn't be online begging for cooch, writing all these sexually explicit songs about women that you don't even know. No, don't do none of that. Get right. Here we go.
That's one season, 4 times a year, whether that's once a month, you know, assuming the father will make some effort to see him as well. I think he needs that man. I know he needs him. You know, even if they're just talking on the phone on a regular basis, we should try to reestablish some line of communication between him and his dad, you know, because children who know their father have some kind of relationship with them are always better than those who don't, even if the father is less than perfect. Like I said, as long as he's not putting him in.
That's not true at all. That's not true at all. Umar, horrible, deplorable advice right there. Horrible advice. He's why does he have the hoodie zipped up in that hot cloth? Because it's cold. It's cold out there in Wilmington. I mean, in Philly. And yeah, it's horrible advice. How's it going, Laurie? Yeah, he's projecting too, because a lot of this is his own. Yeah, you know, Swaggle, you know what the deal is. And he a deadbeat. Yeah, just horrible advice. Yeah, well, the thing is that little Jermaine needs his daddy. You know, little Jermaine needs his daddy. That's what it is. But you know, his daddy was a Rolling Stone. He wasn't there for Umar. He abandoned that family, and Umar he hasn't resolved any of that. He hasn't resolved any of that. And it takes time. You know, I've been through that myself. It takes time. And then once you're free of that, then you can be a better person. You can be a better father. So trust me, I know. You know, I know. But Umar, he's still holding on. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Swaggle need to, even if he's an abuser. Yeah, but I have a video where Umar was talking about, yeah, well, if he's abusive, there's something called supervised visitation. That doesn't, what are you talking about if he's abusive? Then he should still be able to see it. But what if he's abusive to the child? What are you talking about? Just horrible advice.
In danger. So definitely reestablish that. I think you and him need to start spending some more time together. And because he's an introvert, doesn't really like to express himself, I'm glad you said that he's now got the therapy and the counseling, but you're
that's
going to need
good.
to do some
Good.
sessions with him as well. And whoever that therapist and counselor is, you want to let them know that. Like, I need my son to tell me how he feels about the home, about me, about us, about his dad. You know, just let them know I'm available to be there as well. Because when you do therapy or counseling with a child, it's almost ineffective if the parents are not there, because the child is the result of the parents. You know, so I need you in some of those sessions. But even outside of that, you need to get them out the house on a regular basis, even if it's just once a month or twice a month. Y'all need to have a date with each other that y'all can look forward to, whether that's the second Fridays or the first
And it shouldn't be stated as a date, Umar, but whatever.
Thursdays, you know, or the last Wednesday of the month or the first Tuesday of the month. You and him should have a date with each other that he can look forward to. And you have to start pressing him about how he feels. You know, not how you think, but how you feel. He can tell you how he think. And then that's when you say, okay, you just told me how you think. How does that make you feel, though? I want to know how you feel. The thinking is the mind, but the feeling is the heart. And, you know, with men, we don't like to get into our feelings. We like to stay with the logic in the brain, you know, so you got to push us a little more to express that heart, because that anger, that means there's a lot going on in your son's heart. And we want them feelings to come out. So, yeah, just go ahead and start spending some time with him. Definitely with the counseling. And does he get along with everybody in the household? Any issues with the uncle? He gets along with everybody. Okay. This may have more to do with the father.
Outside of the home, that's the issues.
Well, what I think,
inside the home is fine.
But here's what I think, though. I think his behavior outside of the home, this mild, rebellious energy that we're getting, I think it's related to the home life in some way. Again, it could just be dad. It could be as simple as dad. But I also think he feel like he's losing out on your attention because of all the other males in the home. You know what I mean? So I definitely think you got to start spending more time with him, because he's angry. There's a reason for that anger. That's what the counselor has to find out. But you can probably find it out even sooner than the counselor if you just start spending a little more time with him and asking him directly, what is making you angry? Tell me where I'm falling short. Is it your dad? Is it both of us? Do you feel that I'm not giving you enough attention because...
That's what it sounds like. Sounds like you're trying to blame like the mother's incompetent. I mean, if he was really about it, he would say, well, listen, have your son call me. Tell him to call me at this time. His number's all over the place. Let me talk to him. Let me talk with him. Umar's supposed to be this great school psychologist, right? And his psychotherapist and child psychotherapist, not Umar. He's going to sit his bummy ass sitting up in here in his mama closet looking all bummy because he just woke up and make it seem like it's the mama.
Of your 6-year-old adopted brothers. That might have a lot to do with it, because since he's the only biological child and now he has the 2 6-year-old foster siblings, even if they were natural siblings, you know, when a single child has to split the parents' time, you know, whether that the parent get married and now they got
you right about that,
or
Lenon.
in your case adopted children, or even if you had a natural child, that could be traumatizing for a single child. It's just been me and my mom my whole life, and now I got these 2 twin adopted brothers. You know what I mean? That can be traumatizing. So I also think that has a lot to do with it as well. One last question for you. How long has he been sharing your attention with the adopted siblings as well as the 2 cousins? How long have they been in the same household?
They are 6, and they came to us when they were like 3.
Okay, so about 3 years.
You might need to cut your nails. Goodness gracious.
So basically, since he was 13 or 14, almost the start of his teenage years. So I can see a little bit of an issue there, possibly. And
Full
what?
time.
Okay,
We had them since they were born, but we've had them full time since they were 3.
understood. And what about the cousins? How long have they been there?
They just came here last year, so it's more recent.
Okay, so it's more recent for the cousins. So he may be going through some adjustment stuff. I think you just need to probe him about how he's feeling about everything. I really think you need to probe him, because full time with the adopted siblings for 3 years, and then full time with the 2 cousins for 1 year. So this is pretty recent, and it's coinciding with his teenage years. So I'm thinking he's feeling a little pushed out of the priority page right now. That's what I'm feeling. You know, that's a
Yeah, Angie, you're absolutely right. Don't take parenting advice from a deadbeat parent. I don't mean to laugh. It's just it's the irony of it all. Why would anyone ever do something like that? Why would you take parenting advice from someone who's a deadbeat parent and got at least 3 baby mamas in Philadelphia, just in Philadelphia, don't take care of his kids? Why would anyone take parenting advice from this guy? A good point. Thank you for the super chat. Let me get caught up on these super chats. I never knew DD was your attacker. You won again. Yeah, Dempsey Spears. He was, because it was such a long time ago. I don't hold any animosity towards him, because he's a disturbed individual. I knew that long time ago. If memory serves me correctly, he was the first one who started lying about me. I remember the first, and I have it. I can actually pull it up. He said that I was doctoring audio of Umar. So I was taking videos, and I don't know if he said I was changing the audio in the video, or I was taking the videos or taking audio. I think he said videos, that I was altering what Umar was, something like that. And I've never done that. I would never do anything like that. It's ridiculous. So I knew right away that the guy was a liar, just starting off. And from that time forward, he was the main person. And he had Tiff DeGriff used to come on his platform. Y'all remember Tiff DeGriff? She used to come on this platform. They would spread all these lies about me, my wife, and my kids. And it was a whole group of people back then. But he was the one that spearheaded that. And he also was the one who was paying other people to attack other Umar Johnson critics. He was the main person. But look at where he's at now. Yeah. Thanks, a lady. Struggle Nita says, Lenon, this man insulted you and your family, spread lies, and hurt many innocent people. Screw him. Get petty. The feds don't play. He's cooked. Yeah, he is. Like I said, I think the best thing he could do right at this point is just plead out and get at least the least amount of time. Because see, there's this woman I run across. I've been looking into this whole thing where people are engaged in Medicare fraud. And there's this woman, I can't remember her name right now. I can look it up. But she was interviewed. And it was an intriguing story, but she was setting up like these, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but she got into the billing, billing for Medicaid or Medicare or whatever it was. And at a certain point, it became more difficult to pay staff. And so then she started to do fake false billings. And then the money was this crazy amount of money. And then the more money came in, the more she would do it. And I think she got up to like 4 million. Then her husband was involved too. And I think he got up to 7 million or something like that. But what they're saying with Dempsey Spears is he's $4 million Medicare fraud. So the woman that I think she got up to I thought she got up to 2 million. I have notes on this. It's on downstairs. But she got up to, I want to say 4 million as well. She got 23 months, but she took a plea. And she wasn't involved as long as her husband. See, Dempsey, he was doing this from 2016 to 2024. $4 million. 2016, we're talking about 8 years. And I can't remember how many years her husband was doing, but they gave him like 16 years or something like that. I don't know if he pled out or what. But let me see, because it's intriguing. I've been looking into this, and people, I'm going to encourage people I normally don't do this, but I'll encourage people to go check it out. Here it is right here. She stole $4 million from Medicaid Yeah, for Medicaid. Well, this is what Dempsey did. He did $4 million for Medicare, but she didn't do it this long. Dempsey, he did 8 years of this. And so they got their case, and so she got 23 years. Let me here. I'll post a link in here when you guys have some time. Go and check this out because it was intriguing. She seems like a nice woman. She just got caught up. You know, she's intelligent. I don't consider Dempsey to be intelligent. I think that in actuality that he's not the brightest bulb in the light box, if you will. He even has a difficult time even communicating when you listen to him speak. But she got caught up in all of this. Here's a link to it when you guys have some time. It's really intriguing. And so I've been kind of getting more and investigating more into people who commit Medicaid and Medicare fraud, whatever you want to call it. And when they tell their stories, there's a lot. You can see like elements of Umar in that, but you can see Dempsey Spears as well. He's hemmed up big time because this is feds. So she took a plea. She did 23 years, almost 2 years, and but she wasn't involved that long. Her husband, on the other hand, I think they gave him, I want to say, I thought it was 16 years or something like that, big time. But he was going for like 8 years, 9 years or something like that. He kept going after she left. Anyway, he insulted me. He lied on me. He insulted my family. He insulted my wife. That's a no. You don't do that. You know, and I have information about his wife. I've never spoke on any of that stuff. I'm not going to do anything. It's beyond the scope. I know one thing, that I'm not going to lie on him. I ain't going to do that. I'm not going to do that. But you see where he's at today. And just people, be mindful, whether you were following that and you were in his chat room, and you got to ask questions about why you were there, calling in and talking with him. Why would you talk to someone like that? You know, you got to really ask critical questions about that. And then people that allowed him to manipulate them and to going after and attack other people, you got to ask questions about why would you allow him to do that to you? Anyway, yeah. Thanks, Ragonito. Yeah, you around. You know what the deal is. Right? And I remain silent, you know, but here we are today. Black Anonymous remembers all this. After the way we all saw him treat his own daughter, who would take parenting advice from. Yeah, in particular with Umar, I don't get that. But the truth is that there are a lot of people that when Umar did what he did to his daughter, that was enough for them. That's when they said, okay, they couldn't support him anymore. When he was talking reckless about Lene, a lot of people were like, okay, that's it. You know, when he was talking about his bank accounts were frozen, a lot of people were, that's it. And then, of course, with Sister Marianne Laurent, when she comes out, a lot of people are like, oh, that's definitely it. So why would anyone take Umar's advice when he basically threw his own daughter up under the bus and blamed her? Instead, he tried to make it seem like it was her fault that he wasn't in her life. He blames the mama. But then he was like, you know, he says something, I'm paraphrasing. He says something, one of the craziest things, this gaslighting. I'm paraphrasing. You know, you disappeared on me, blah, blah, blah. No, Umar, she was a child. What are you talking about? You disappeared on her. Umar, he's a trip. I don't understand. You're right. I don't understand anyone take advice from this guy. Thanks, Black Anonymous. Shout out to Black Anonymous. Black Anonymous was around back there too, back then. Yep. Thank you for the super chat. Corruption Point says Umar's message is stolen from other people and mixed with unhinged racist nonsense, black consciousness family. yeah, he's a plagiarist. Why you say black consciousness family? All right. Thank you for all the super chats. Am I all caught up in here? Umar isn't hands-on. He's all right. James, what's up? James says Umar do all this for future reference to determine how he can fit himself into someone else's life. Yeah, he you know, that's why Umar always asks. He's like, yeah, well, make sure you let me where you're calling from, what's your name, but he wants to know where you're calling from so he has more information because he already has your phone number because you're calling in. But he wants to know exactly where you're at, what city. Y'all don't think that Umar hasn't hit one of these single mothers in a desperate situation up afterward and said, hey, let me talk to you privately. I didn't want to do this online, you know, blah, 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 such and such. Can I get them cookies? Come on. Try to fit in where you can, get in where you can fit in. Thanks, James. YouTube device says, why does this look? Okay, no, that's murder. Okay, I think I'm all caught up here inside of the chat room. Hope I didn't miss anybody. All right, let's keep going here. We're going to go for another 53 minutes. Okay. My son, if you guys don't know, my son, he bought tickets to the basketball game for my birthday present. So we're going to be going there in a little while. All right, here we go.
Piece. And then the daddy, that's another piece. You know what I mean? But I don't think he's getting enough of you to himself. And I think that's where you need to work on that.
Did I put the link in there? Hold on one second.
Thank you, Dr. Umar.
No problem, my queen. Be blessed.
All right,
All right now. Take care.
Yeah, here's a link to that video. Yeah, the lady's name is Sharita Richardson. Here's the link. I just put it inside the chat room.
Oh.
Good morning, Sister Chantel. How are you?
Jerai Wright, did you really donate? Someone donated 70K in the chat room? Maybe they meant 7K, because 70K, that's, oh, I tell you, I hope not. Yeah. If someone donated 70K and you ever want to come on and talk about it, you can email me at LenonHonor@yahoo.com. Just make sure you have your receipts in order so I can validate that you actually did send that money. And I'll have you on as a guest. Yeah, people are saying 70K. This is the person right here. So, brother Umar scammed me, bro. I donated 70K for the school and he blocked me. Long story. Yeah, sad. Yeah, you should email me. I mean, if you ever want to come on and share your story, you're welcome to do so. There's been a lot of people that came on this year to share how they either got scammed by Umar or Umar refused, their services or free stuff or whatever the case may be. And, and the list goes on and on. Here we go.
Good morning, sir. Bless.
All right. How's Baltimore treating you?
Oh, okay. Well, I have a 19-year-old son who's been getting in trouble. Now, mind you, his father passed away on COVID. His father really wasn't in his life. He was there, but not there. He'll pick him up a weekend here and there and everything. So he had resentment that way. But he felt that he was a protector. Like, he felt like, his father said that nobody to touch you or hurt him. And he felt secure in that. So when he passed, he thought he wouldn't miss him. But then when he did, he went through a little depression of, I miss my dad, because he was the protector. Like, he felt, his father would do what he said he was going to do because he did it. Now I'm in the aspect that he has a child. He's a rebellious. He keep on going to jail because his girlfriend keep on putting him in there because she keep on threatening him, and he listens to her, doesn't listen to me.
Okay, wait a minute. If he's going to jail, it's not because she's putting him in jail. He's doing something that justifies him going in jail.
And I'm going to put him out. So I don't know exactly what to do because I heard with the other lady, some of the things you said also replies to me, that he feels a certain way towards me because of what I'm not doing. But I'm the only provider in the household, so I work constantly, and I'm never there. Yes, when I was off when he was younger, we used to go on weekend, go eat, go talk, or whatever, and that was my time with him. But now it's like it's different. He had the girlfriend, he went with her, he take her, but now he hates her and don't want her around. But she's living with me, with the baby and him, and now it's all chaotic.
Okay, so he's living with the girlfriend and the baby with you, correct?
Correct.
How old is the baby?
The baby is 7 months old.
Okay, the baby is 7 months old. Now, you said the girlfriend keep getting him locked up.
No. That's not how it works. See that, and I know Umar, he got to make it seem. Here we go.
Up for what? Domestic violence or something else?
Yes. The rest.
Yeah, no, it's not that she's getting him locked up. He's an abuser. And it sounds like he's been doing it quite a bit. That's what it sounds like. I could be wrong, but that's what it sounds like. But even the mama's how she phrased that, her verbiage is incorrect. Now you put the onus on the boy, on your son, who's up here beating on the woman. That's him. It's not that she's getting him up. He's supposed to beat on her, and then she said, "Oh, now I ain't gonna call the police." No. See, that's part of the issue right there. You don't coddle him. That's part of the issue. How old did she say he was? 19. Up here beating on a woman, and she's anyway.
A lot of times she's the one that always was hitting on him. He wouldn't at the beginning. I said, stop doing that because it's going to come back and haunt you. Don't.
Okay, well, if that's the case, then charges should be filed against her. If that's the case.
play fighting. But of course they did. And I was like, she used to always hit on him and he wouldn't do nothing. And I was like, you're going to get tired of that. So now that's where we are now. It's like he's not hitting her, but he'll restrain her. But then she's really, really like look, she's white. But, and so little things
she's white
on her. And
They ain't got nothing to do with nothing. That she's white. If she's hitting on him and beating on him, then he needs to file a report. Is it possible? Yeah. But don't make excuses for him. He's the one going to jail for beating on her. Look at Umar.
Yeah, she's like
Snow Bunny.
Yeah.
See this foolishness?
I am.
He's been Snow Bunny. Okay, continue.
Yeah. So
Umar, he a trip. He really think he come up and he been Snow Bunny. Sitting in Mama Closet. Cut it out.
wait a minute. I got
Here we go.
So I want to know what to do with the situation. I already went to the courts. I already put the thing to get out. So it's like, but
Is he in jail right now? Is that what she's saying?
I feel for him.
Okay, take me back a minute, good sister. You said you went to court to get her evicted from your home?
All of them evicted from the home.
Okay, you're going to get your son and his Snow Bunny baby mom evicted from the home.
Yes.
Okay, did you speak with your son about that before you did it?
Yes, he wants that too.
Let's be clear about it. If the mama wants to get the son out of there too, the son's the problem. Is the son working? Is the son in jail? Is the son working? Well, he should be working and making away from her for his family, or run a business or something. Make away from his family. That's what he needs to do. That's what I would tell him.
Okay, how did he feel about you evicting him from your home?
He's fine with it right now for everybody else to get home. I gotta get some coffee.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
What in the world? She said she got to get some coffee. What they got to do with that?
a question again.
Mm-hmm.
With the, I'm still not clear on the arresting. So when he restrains the Snow Bunny, she calls the police with a domestic violence complaint.
Yes, and this has happened, 2 or 3 times, and every time she went, she always went back, and the first time she dismissed it. The second time she was pregnant, so she blamed it on the pregnancy and he let that go. So that's what's been going on with that. But now this time, because she was pregnant and is lapsing and is dismissed, but it was found with drug paraphernalia on him, so that lasts a year for his probation. So right now, what is going on is they're here.
Is that the Snow Bunny's fault too?
But she doesn't want him to go outside the house. He's saying he's doing what he's doing, but she wants him to be here, so she threatens him all the time about, if you go out, I'm going to call the police and say this and say that.
Well, it sounds like she don't want him to go out to go get in no trouble. She may probably need help with the baby too. So it sounds like to me.
So that's the way I'm saying about she's threatening him, but he does what he needs to do because he wants me to put them all out. He wants, because he knows she ain't gonna go if he don't go. So he wants everybody. He wants to go because he wants to get her out, but he wants me to bring him back in, and I don't think so.
Okay.
And I told him so.
Okay. And do you have other children in the home?
Nope, just him.
Okay. Is he your only child?
No, he's my baby child. My other child is 10 years older than him. He has his own place.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay. I do not see a positive future with him and the Snow Bunny.
He goes there. That's not what even the conversation is about. It's about the son. But you see what Umar got to do?
They obviously have to work together for the child, but he needs to be careful because if that white woman is already calling the police on him, she's clearly exercising her white privilege to keep him in his place. And if he's not careful, she will come up with even more egregious accusations against him. I don't like it because she's already using the system. She's already using the system to attack him already, and the child is only 7 months old. So he needs.
Child ain't got nothing to do with none of this. What are you talking about?
Mom, her mom is white, her father's black, but her mom is the one that's she always call and ask for advice, and the mom is
Okay, so she's mixed race.
Yes.
Okay, she's mixed race, but she also has a Snow Bunny mother.
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yep.
And the Snow Bunny mother is the one who's giving her all the advice.
Right, exactly. Yes. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, he even though she's mixed race, I mean that makes it a little better, for me, but not for him because again, you got the Snow Bunny grandma. He needs to leave her alone. I don't know how this even happened. This is not in his best interest at all. So he's dealing with that, being a young father, a new father. He's only 19. I didn't have my first child till I was 27, so I can only imagine. Then on top of that, the grief of his father. Okay, he's going through grief. That has a lot to do with his anger. Okay, he's not spending enough time with you as well. Did you say you have him in counseling now or no?
I did. I had him counseling through school. I had him counseling first. It started with his grandmother that passed. That was like his mom. She was the one that kept.
When did she pass?
She passed in 2016.
2016. So he could still be grieving grandma because she kind of raised him, helped you raise him. So he's grieving grandma. He's grieving dad. He's a new dad. And he's not getting enough time with you. So why did the counseling stop?
Because he's out of school now, and because all this other stuff happened with the insurance and everything. So we never got that back in place.
Okay, we need to get it back in place because if this keeps going this way, he's going to end up crashing out. Does he have a job?
No, and it seems like he don't.
Look who's talking. Umar.
Want one. He want to be out in the streets and keep on telling me, oh, I can make this, I can make that. And I hate him being out there with his friends, and I hate his friends. I mean,
see, but that's why his baby mama don't want him out there. It ain't about her trying to control him or nothing. She's trying to keep him safe.
It's just a whole thing.
You mentioned drug paraphernalia. What is he smoking weed or doing worse than? Is he popping pills?
Well, I knew he was.
Umar would bring up popping pills.
Smoking weed, but I think he's doing more now.
Think you're doing more now, so you might be self-medicating. You also mentioned probation. Probation for what? Was he previously incarcerated?
Well, the first time, okay, he got caught with a gun out in the street. Okay, we got that off, and that went well the first time. The second time, they came here. When they came here to pick him up, when she called, I have license and I have guns and I had a shotgun. Well, the shotgun was downstairs in the living room when the police came, so they took it, and because of the first time that he had one and got caught with one, that's what they tried to hold him with. But they found out that this weapon was in my house and it's legal and is certified. So I'm in the process of getting that back. But it's like, okay, that was the other thing. He stole, like, back in the day, I didn't even know it. He was stealing my small gun.
Okay. You need to lock those guns up, Queen, because if him and that baby mom is fighting and you got guns out, I don't have to tell you about how many snow bunnies then unalived, their black boyfriends.
Here you go. Kirk says, Umar singing, "It's so hard to say goodbye and keep on lying in mama's closet." Everybody, get your phone light out. That was a jam back in the day. That was the song they played at my high school graduation. That was Boys to Men. Shout out to Boys to Men. It's so hard to say goodbye to mama's closet.
Oh, giving me the blues. Yeah. Loving when you hear my voice.
This is for Carlita.
Mad that I make smoke holes. Mad that I put you in that number. But you still want me to be your lover.
Does he just keep going with this song? Maybe this is another one. Let's see.
Yeah.
No, that's the same song.
That's not the way these people see it.
No. Guys, how you doing? This is D. Durrell. Just basically chilling out. I'm getting ready to play a little jam. I just want y'all to listen to it. Just kind of give you my little process of kind of making music, listening to music before I start writing. This is a particular track I want you all to hear, and I'm just gonna vibe with it for about a few minutes. Tell me what you think about it. I'm gonna have it playing up a little bit, turn up my little rockets a little bit so you can hear it nice and good. So I'm gonna give you about a minute of me rocking on this
That's
song.
fine.
So tell me what you think about it.
Is that it? You gonna do something else? French fry burger, hot sauce and pickle grits, baby. I need some fried chicken, baby. Stop. Carl's Jr. I could have been going in on this guy for years. I ain't gonna do it. I'll just be a little. This petty time. That's all, Carlita. I apologize. The fifth house says, well, this explains the mental state of the women who support him. These women are not too bright. This woman is making absolutely no sense, makes poor choices, no accountability. Yeah. And the person that she should hold accountable the most in this situation is her son. Now, she can hold herself accountable too, but her son, that's what she's calling for. But it sounds to me as if she's coddling him. He's the youngest, it's everybody else's fault. I've seen this over and over again. That's not how you raise a son, but that's also not how you correct bad behavior. And he out there in them streets. Let's keep it real. We can blame it on other stuff and whatever, but at the end of the day, he's out there in them streets. Her allowing him to live off of her is a problem. He should be working or in school or both. And it doesn't sound like he's doing that. He got a child too, or running a legitimate business. I'm not talking about being out there in the streets, but run a legitimate business. Yeah, it's a problem. But I've said this many times in the past that the people who are calling Umar, they're desperate anyway. Their situation has already deteriorated, and they're just trying to find any help that they can find. They think that Umar is the person to give them the help, but they're already in a desperate situation. Okay, and that's his target audience in the first place. Yep. Thank you, the fifth house. Laurie gifted a membership. Thank you so much, Laurie. I appreciate that, and I'm sure the person who received it appreciates it. We're gonna go for another 33 minutes, everybody. Thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Let me check on this poll question. The poll question is, how many months have passed since Umar live streamed in his mama's closet? 13% said 1 month, 22% said 3 months, 26% said 5 months, and 40% said 7 months. Make sure you get your vote in. We got 1,775 votes. We also have 768 likes. Let's see if we can get to 800 before we close out this live stream. I'd appreciate it. Yeah, you're right. Lene made a really good point right there. She said that some of them, they're not there for help. What they want is attention. Yeah, you're right about that. You're absolutely excellently stated. Excellently stated. Yep. Yep. U25 says, real talk, is genuinely sad how desperate rock bottom these callers are. I was just saying desperate, right? To seek advice from the deadbeat low energy Umar, he can offer them nothing but BS. And then on top of that, he living off of his own mama at the age of 51. Why would you think that Umar has something to share about a 19-year-old that's going to benefit that 19-year-old where he's 51, living like he's a 15-year-old? See, this 19-year-old ain't working. Clearly, to me, I don't think he's working. And Umar definitely not working. He don't got no job. He's not running for business, not even trying. It makes no sense. Umar's living off of his mama at 51. He's gonna give advice about a 19-year-old who's not working, got a child, is 9 months old or something to that effect, and the mama want to living at his mama house, and nothing necessarily wrong with that. But if you're gonna be living with your mama at 19, you should be working. You shouldn't be out there in the streets. You should be working, supporting the household, and saving. You save up for your first car. You save up for a down payment on a home. You have money in reserve. So I told my sons. Coddle time is over with. Save it for that down payment. Okay, this is what you do with credit cards, son. Where as soon as that you don't go over 8%. And as soon as that statement comes out, you pay it off that day or the following day at the latest. That's it. And you run that routine over and over again, and over and over again, your credit score will go up. But in the meantime, you save up for a down payment on a home. So that by the time you get to about 26, 27, maybe even 28, you'll be in a position to have that down payment, and you work in that job, and you maxing out your 401k. But here's Umar. How he gonna give any type of advice? He living off his mama at the age of 51 and ain't doing none of that. Thank you, user 225. Why is Lenon's clone on screen? Cut it out. Cut it out. You guys don't do me like that now. That's not right. Don't do me like that. Do I need to be even more? Do I need to be pettier? Y'all be doing me wrong.
Hey guys, how you doing? Jarrell, DDS Sounds again. About to cook up another R&B track, another practice session. Going to definitely do something that's a nice, subtle, romantic type beat. We're going to.
It's always that because he just on there trying to get the cookie, begging for cookies.
Play the piano how it's supposed to sound.
Ashy ass elbows. Let me stop. I shouldn't do it like that. Okay. All right. Okay.
Kind of goes a little bit like that. So I'm going to go ahead and play it in regards to the track itself. Oh, yeah.
He always do that. He go, oh, yeah. No. What? Told you.
Now what I'm about to do now, I'm about to put in another layer to it to give it more of a full sound. Yeah, being back. Oh, yeah.
See, I told y'all he always do that.
And you hear that sound, it's more of that deep sound. Oh, yeah, baby. I need your love, baby.
Yeah, it's sad. It's so sad.
I need your love, baby.
If I did some shit like this, my wife, she put the divorce paper right in. She's like, I ain't fucking with you no more. My wife, she don't talk like that. I'm just playing, but
Frito Lane, baby. Hot Pockets and a quarter pounder with cheese, baby. I need a hot Cheetos and cornbread, baby.
I'm sorry. I told myself I wasn't gonna do him like this because he's in a bad situation. He got the fed. He got the feds is on him. Is he taking a shit? This nigga, he's over here taking a shit. He's like, I'm almost done being petty. Here we go.
Baby, I want your love. Hi-hats.
What's that ticking? Is it somebody trying to turn the stove on? What the?
Now it's time
It sounds like somebody trying to turn the stove on.
for the nice bass line to it.
It got some strings. Would someone please stop with the trying to turn on the?
Then also, along with the bass line, I'm gonna do another synthetic that follows the bass line to give it more of a fuller sound. The only thing now what is missing is the beat. See, this actually sounds like an introduction. Okay, here we go.
Here we go. Boy, if Lotion could talk. Lotion. Then he start dancing all provocative. I don't know, y'all, but where I come from, we don't dance like that. We don't. We just don't dance like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Baby, I want your love.
Begging.
I need your love. I need you,
Baby.
your love. Loving that? See what this is? That's just an 8 bar. But this is the foundation of the sound. Now, as I move further, I may add maybe 1 or 2 more instruments, maybe change up the beat a little bit in regards to, in contrast to the verse and the hook.
Huh?
But for the most part, then I may add maybe 1 more element.
What's the verse though? Ain't no hook. If there, where's the verse? Oh, baby, is that the?
In regards to content. Oh, I need baby.
Man, you better cop that plea deal.
So, you know, you got to lock them guns up.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
they also somewhere else.
Absolutely. We definitely try to get him some counseling. He also needs to get a job. You're going to have to give him some requirements to.
Umar, you need to get a job. How about that? Thanks, Laurie. Corruption report effectively refers to her as a snow bunny and not a person, is dehumanizing too. Umar is a human garbage. Yeah, but he does that. I actually addressed that in the next segment of the documentary, and it'll be available by the end of this coming week. Today's Sunday. I normally don't live stream on Sunday, but he does that, calling his daughter Smurf, baby Smurf, and the daughter's mother, Mama Smurf, calling his other baby mama the evil vegan. This is all to dehumanize them. Lene talked about this too. Umar has a history of this. So she emailed me about this. Umar has a history of this type of behavior. So when he does that to this, listen, if she's mixed, right, based on Umar's rhetoric, she's black. So then why is he calling her a snow bunny? Sharon, his main squeeze side piece, she's mixed. So is she a snow bunny too? Marianne Lawrence said, and I think she was talking about Sharon. She said that Sharon got a sister and that Umar was dealing with both of them. I think that's who she's talking about. I don't know for sure. I'm gonna have to ask her. That's what I think she's talking about. Anyway, this is a bunch of bull job. Thanks, Russian Point. And excuse me, Dre Impress became a member. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. User 225 says, did you really donate 70K? Yeah, someone that said they did. I don't know if they did or not, but if you did and you have receipts on that, you can reach out if you want to come on and share your story. I'll just have to vet and make sure your receipts are in order before I have you on. Okay, let me finish up with these super chats, and we have another 20 minutes, so we're going to start winding this down. Make sure you get your vote in. We're at 824 likes, so we did fantastic, especially we've only been live streaming for about 2.5 hours. Votes, 1,836 votes. How many months have passed since Umar live streaming in his mama's closet? 13% said 1 month, 22% said 3 months, 27% said 5 months, and then 39% said 7 months. Make sure you get your vote in. By the way, I will be live streaming tomorrow. I already have another live stream set up, but I think what I'll do is I'll change that on the schedule and we'll pick up with this tomorrow because I want to get through this Umar. But there's another one where he's in his mama's closet. He's being interviewed. Okay, and he does give an FDMG update in that video. Someone told me. I have it downloaded. I haven't watched it yet. Thank you, user 225. Let me see. I think I'm all caught up for the earlier super chats. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Let me get to there's a couple more recent ones here. This is from Carlita. We got blowed off. User 225 says, real talk is generally sad how desperate. Yeah, I got that one too. Thank you so much, user 225. Thank you, Carlita. Corruption Point says, why is cut it out? Is that DeMar says, Lenon, show this dude how real song is done. Watch your wait, what you're waiting on. And I'm going to tell you guys something. I don't mean to be harping on this, but the reason why he started doing videos and started singing was because I was doing videos and singing and talking about production way back in the day. That's why he did it. And that's why he started calling himself the Black LenonHonor. You know how right here it says, is that DeMar? He would put the Black LenonHonor. It's a colorism issue for him. I have the video. I can pull it up and show it. He did it with a couple of videos, but yeah, he did a whole concert one time where he's talking trash and just demeaning and disrespecting me. And I get, listen, I've struggled. I own my shit. I own it. I own it. I own all of it. All of my failures, I own it. But I know I don't have no Fed charges like this with 9 account felonies. I go to work. I work hard too. And then YouTube is my part-time job. I work hard. I work hard for my family. I ain't on here begging for cooch and singing about cooch. And one song he was talking about the women going down and doing him and all this guy. I said, what kind of, let me stop. But that's why he started, because he was trying, listen, I don't even mean to say it like this, but he was trying to be me. And I apologize for saying that. I hate to say that. But that's what it was.
Yeah. I'm loving this. Ooh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. Loving you all day long. Tell me what you think, guys. Leave comments in the comment section. Please subscribe, share. DDS Sounds with D. Durrell. Let me know what's up.
Bam. All right, is that tomorrow? Thank you. Why is this man making sad songs in a closet? He wasn't in the closet. Y'all don't do him like that. But all his songs were like real. It was about begging, begging for cooch, basically. Thanks, Corruption Point. Sounded like his turd cutter working overtime. Okay. All right. Thank you. Love Jones says Umar is Barney, DD, and BJ, and Tiff is Baby Bop. I don't even know who BJ is, but Tiff the Griff. Yeah, I remember Tiff the Griff because she used to be inside of his. One time she got up on there in some lingerie. I had the video. I ain't gonna never play it. I am not making this up because people were talking about her and clowning her how she looked and all that stuff. I never did her like that. But there was clowning her, and she had if memory serves me correct, this was years ago. She had a robe on. If memory serves, and I could be, I mean, maybe that's, I don't know. That's what I think. She had a robe on, and she was talking, and she was trying to make herself appear to be pretty, beautiful, and not. I'm not just saying that. That's what her intent was to be attractive, and then she goes off the camera. And then she comes back on with lingerie. She had it on. I think she just took the robe off, and then she walks on, and I kid you not. Is there anyone up in here who remember that hit the one? I will never play that video in my life, but she used to go onto his platform all the time. I'm not making it up. No one remember that? Swaggle says, let me see that for research purposes. Cut it out. There's a couple of people. Okay, this was a long time ago, and a lot of people didn't see it because Dempsey Spears, he ended up cutting the live stream, if memory serves me correctly, but I have the video. Listen, Dominique been around from a long time. He helped me out with everything. He said, sadly, number one. Okay, yeah. So I'm not making it up. Get those likes up. Young baby, I need a like, baby. I need your like, baby. On a Sunday, I need. Jimmy Jamboree, remember? Oh no, I'm so sorry, Jonathan. Yeah, Maddie, not a lot of people know about it. Only a few people in here, but I have the video. I will not show it. I will never show it. I remember there was a guy. I think he's still around too. He used to cover Umar back in the day. I can't remember his name was Max, Anybody remember what I'm talking about? Max, but he did a review of the video and he was like, she don't look half bad. I always liked him. He was a cool dude. I don't know if he's still around or not, but that's from a long time ago. Anyway, well, this Umar Johnson saga is crazy. We got 12 more minutes, y'all. Let me make sure I'm caught up with all these super chats. Thanks. Is that DeMar? Chichi Bird says, can we hit the 2 for no and stop if you want to? You're welcome to do that. I was a little petty today. I apologize. Okay, thanks, Chichi. And then Darius says, God forbid he knocks the camera over. No, I think he had his studio set up inside the garage. That's what I think. I believe. Okay. Thank you, Darius. And then Miranda says, see, quick question, that's crazy. Someone says, sounds like dying seals. Someone else said cats. Some dying cats. Then you found some wildebeest. No, even years ago when he first started doing that, that's what it reminded me of, some dying wildebeest that stuck in the mud that got bit by one of them big lizards, them Gila monsters, the big lizards. They be having them and they'll bite. They this wildebeest got bitten and the wildebeest was walking and then the venom and then they just follow real slow until it died. Then they get it and eat it. That's what it reminded me of. All right. So said dying seals. Yeah, I think, okay, well, let's see.
Guys, this is D. Durrell at the practice today. This is another R&B practice session. I'm going to cook up a beat for you right quick. Nice
this
R&B
one for Miranda.
track, something kind of with some elements of trap beat in there with some.
Oh, it's going to be a trap beat. This was for Miranda. Let's see what he comes up for you. Here we go.
One melody to kind of.
He already did one for Carlita. Here we go.
And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off with the melody. Okay. And it goes kind of like this.
Why he got his mouse way over there? Keep looking at the camera like someone's really there. I could turn this into a song. I really could.
So,
like a nice one.
And then I kind of kick in a little.
There we go. Someone trying to get that stove burning. Trying to light that stove.
Nice simple beat, just getting it going.
Okay.
With the clap. See, got it going. And let me hit the bass line in.
Okay. Oh, he's starting to get into it. He's gonna start singing.
Ah, yeah. See, that's nice.
There you go.
That. Now understand, this is just.
Yeah, he was doing some body rolls. Let's see if he do it again. We're gonna see.
4 bars.
4 bars.
But you can make a whole song around this. You can take out some elements, add some elements. But this is just a practice session on me just talking about how you can just create a melody.
But none of this is the melody. He's gonna sing. He's gonna start singing the same thing. Like he's creating the melody. He's going, Donna baby, watch. Yeah, he said body roll. That's crazy. You gonna sing? What?
So I dropped the 808s and added in a nice dark bass line.
Don't dig me in the nose. Check it out.
Now I'm trying to think of a melody I can sing with it.
I already know what you're
I'll
gonna
just sing a
do.
little something, something.
You're gonna do the same thing. What?
I've been thinking of how I'm gonna break it to you. I've been thinking about how I'm gonna break it to you. I know that it's hard.
See? Yeah, there we
I
go.
know that it's hard. I'm thinking how I'm gonna break it to you. I'm thinking how I'm gonna break it to you. It's so hard. It's so hard.
See? There you go. Told you.
How I'm gonna move on.
Told you. He go right back to it every time. Every time. Here you go with the body roll.
Oh, baby. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Let me take them. Yeah. Oh, baby, yeah. I know you didn't think it was go this way. Nothing else to say. I know you thought it lasts forever. Oh, baby.
See, I told you. When the beat come back in, you start body rolling.
Okay. So tell me what you think about it. This is D Darrell, DDS Sounds, cooking up a nice R&B trap song. Let me know what you think. Leave comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think about my vocals. This particular track has some potential, needs some work, but this is kind of the foundation of an R&B track. You know, I got the nice hi-hats, got the nice 808s going, got the dark sounds, you know, got the nice piano going with some synthetics in there. So, D Darrell at the practice. Tell me what you think.
Some synthetics. I remember there was one video he was talking about how he had a music contract or something like that. I said, okay. All right. Okay, before we close out, let me play a little bit more of this. Where are we at on this video? 32-minute mark. Yeah, let's go. I want to get to the 40-minute mark of this video. And then we'll close out the show. Dude thinks he's Maxwell. Yeah, no, I said that earlier. I think he used to listen to Maxwell when he was in college. I talked with someone about this probably about 3 or 4 years ago. I was talking about, I think he didn't want to go into the field of psychology. He doesn't have love for it like that. He wanted to do something more creative, but he didn't. His life didn't go down that path. And then I think that's one of his issues with me, because I should do video songs, even with the song that I did with all different songs associated with FDMG and Umar. He saw all that stuff, so he started to try to produce songs as well. But well, anyway, didn't quite work. But I think he used to listen to Maxwell a lot when he was in college. And so he's trying to live that out all these years later. Yeah, these videos right here are like from about 5 years ago. Broken Palm Trees, what the F was that? Is his sternum hurting? I don't know. What's up, Broken Palm Trees? I don't know. I'm being real petty today. I'm not going to apologize for it. But I'm not going to be this petty in the future. I'll bring something up every once in a while. But he caught a Fed case, and for scamming from 2016 through 2024, he submitted false and fraudulent claims to Medicare for psychotherapy services that were never provided. And he also got hemmed up. And it says he participated. Let's see. A 47-year-old Houston resident has been taken into custody for his alleged role in a $4 million Medicare fraud and identity theft scheme, announced U.S. Attorney Nicholas J. Ganji. And then from 2016 to 2023, Spears allegedly billed Medicare approximately $4 million in fraudulent psychotherapy claims tied to the 7 former LCSWs, which was one of his businesses, and was paid approximately $1.5 million. Yeah, he's in trouble. Thanks, Broken Promise. Good to see you too. What's up, D? That's all. Says, where is Sandman from Showtime at the Apollo? Yeah, he would have been up out of here a long time ago. Thank you for being a member for 47 months. YouTube Divine says this is the foundation for an R&B track, same way FDMG is a foundation for a school. Exactly. And Dempsey Spears used to defend Umar a lot. Like he was one of the main defenders. Him and Tiff DeGriff. Okay, let's go 8 more minutes on this video just so we get to the 40-minute mark. That way we'll know where we pick up tomorrow. Here we go.
In your home. I think that's the leverage that we have because he still needs your shelter. So you need to sit down with your son and come up with a contract for what you are expecting if he's going to remain in your home. And if you...
Yeah, and meanwhile, Umar's inside of his mama's house, Section 8 housing, living off his mama. We have 1,921 votes. Can we get to 2,000 before we close out here in 8 minutes? Okay, the question is, how many months have passed since Umar live streamed in his mama's closet? 13% said 1 month. 22% said 3 months, 26% said 5 months, and 39% say 7 months. Okay, let's try to get to 2,000, and then I'll close it out. And then we're at 886 likes. Let's see if we can get to 900 before we end this live stream. Okay, thanks to everyone who voted on the poll. Also, thanks to everyone who hit that like button. We're at 890. Cook Quartet's undefeated. And also, thanks to everyone who sent in super chats, super stickers, so forth and so on. I appreciate y'all. All right, here we go.
Violates that contract, he will have to go. You know, I know you're working on the eviction now, but, you know, he's going to come back in. You need to make sure he signs the contract. It needs to be written down so there's no confusion on what you're expecting him to do. Get a job, okay? Stop using drugs. Spend time with your child. Go to counseling. You know what I mean? Use the leverage that you...
See, that's what all those things are what Umar should be doing. Real talk.
You have. You can bring your son back.
Oh, thank y'all. We got to 900 likes. I appreciate it.
Again, because, you know, you're the only one he really has. You know, but you're going to have to give him tough love, though. You're going to have to give him tough love. Yes. You can't just baby him. You got to say, listen, you got to grow up and be a man. And if you're going to be under this roof, these are the things that I expect you to do.
Okay. Wow. Thank you so much. I'm Monday morning. I'm on that.
All right, my queen. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
No problem, babe. All right.
Hello.
Brother Bryce.
Yes.
Good morning. How's Tampa treating you?
Man, it's good. It's so good to hear you, man. I've been following you for a long time, brother, and it's hard. I don't have an educational question, so I ain't want to tap in. But
okay.
I've been going through some things, man. But I don't know if you can. I don't want to mess with your time, man.
I got you. Well, do this. Just shoot me another text, bro, after this call, and we can schedule a private consult.
Oh, for sure, man. It's
I got
good to hear you, bro.
No problem. Likewise, brother.
Yeah, we might want to talk to the women.
All right, stay
all right,
blessed,
now.
man.
Be safe.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not...
This is so low budget, Pookie.
Hello.
Good morning, Sister Bibiana. How's Florida treating you?
Pretty good.
Glad
It's a
to
little
hear.
chilly.
Go right ahead with your question.
Absolutely. So I'm newly married, and I have
Turn that
a
volume up
stepson.
just a little bit. Your voice a little low, Mama.
Okay, sorry.
Mama.
I'm newly married, and I have a stepson who's on the spectrum, and
Umar's like, you newly married? Okay, well, let's move on to the next caller.
How old?
14.
Okay.
He's nonverbal. He's really sweet. What I wanted was essentially to meet with the mom so she can teach me her tactics on how to get him up and potty and everything like that. And I think I'm at a stage where the father and I were not looking eye to eye. I'm currently sleeping in the guest room due to the fact that we've had multiple potties in the master bedroom where, he would come and lay with us. And I try to express that, hey, just go sleep with him in his room rather than ours. Because
Wait, time out, Sister Bibiana. I just want to make sure I'm clear. Your husband is allowing his 14-year-old autistic son to come and sleep in y'all bed with y'all.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, and like for
What?
me, this is all new to me because he is nonverbal, and he is attached to his dad, so I didn't want to step on anyone's foot. But
Well, why would she say that it's new to her? Am I missing something? Look at Umar's face.
it's been accidents after accidents, and the mattress
Umar, cut it out, man. You have some professionalism.
is completely soiled up. The mom doesn't want to help in a sense of meeting with me so she can teach me her tactics, and I'm just I feel alone.
I don't know about this call.
Okay.
Extremely annoyed.
And you say the mother is not meeting up with you to give you any insight.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure the behavior here is not allowed at the other house, and I just kind of wanted to
it's another house.
What her tactics are, how I can communicate. I've tried pretty much everything. I've asked for classes so I can better communicate or learn to communicate because this is all new to me.
Okay, well, no, I don't believe her. You don't have to ask for classes. You go and take whatever classes. Who are you asking for the classes? Not to be like that, but if you want to get the information that you need to be, I guess, a better parent or be able to manage the situation better with this child, go and get the classes. You go on YouTube. You go on Amazon, purchase some books. What do you mean ask? They don't. This whole phone call don't make no sense to me.
You and your husband have been together how long?
I want to say we're newly married. I want to say we're.
What do you mean you want to say?
We're going on 3 months now.
Okay. And how long, because I know you guys were dating before that, how long has the son been in your life?
I want to say 3 months. 3 months.
Okay, about 3 months. Okay. Now, how does your husband react? First of all, have you been honest about your feelings about this with your husband, and what has been his response to you? How does he react?
Very defensive. The first time when the incident happened, I had brought it up, and I just asked, hey, can I have my own space? Because this is all new to me. And, I brought briefs and things to bring.
Okay, wait a minute. If you're uncomfortable with that, just what do you mean you have to ask him for your own space? This story doesn't make any sense to me. It don't make no sense to me. If you need to go, I don't know, you got a second room, go sleep on the couch. I don't know, in the den. I don't know.
Accidents from happening and so forth. And so it's just, I'm met with, you don't like him, and I'm like, no, he's my son too. It's not that I don't like him. I just, would like my own space, but also know how to, manage certain things. We had an incident where I brought up that, hey, there's in the pantry, he accidentally used the restroom there. And it was, I'm going to blame the dog. And I'm like, we're not going to blame, my dog. And I'm just always met with just defensive.
There's a difference between dog poop and human poop, so I don't get this.
Or you just don't like him, or you're not trying to get to know him, and I just kind of stopped communicating altogether, because it's like if I try to positively reinforce anything, he gets extremely defensive. So I'm just
Okay.
I've just kind of been I feel defeated. I don't know
Understood.
what to do.
And so he's actually urinating and defecating while he's in the bed with you too.
No, just urination.
Okay, urination. Okay, understood. So is there a reason he's not wearing pull-ups on a regular basis?
That's something I try to bring up, but I'm met with defensive. Oh, he uses the restroom perfectly fine throughout the day. And I'm just like, okay, cool.
Okay. The other question I have, do you feel, first of all, okay, he's autistic. It sounds like he's also intellectually disabled. Would you agree with that?
Yes, 100.
Okay, and would you put him at mild, moderate? I know you're not a psychologist, but based on your experience, would you put him at mild, moderate, or severe intellectually disabled?
Severe.
You would put him at severe. My next question, do you feel your husband has, out of his love and concern for his son, has he enabled that boy? And what I'm asking is, has your husband caused a significant developmental delay in his son by babying him and not challenging him to actually grow commensurate to his disability? Like, has he kind of crippled him somewhat? Because what you're describing to me sounds more like a 6 or 7-year-old, not a 14-year-old. So I'm kind of wondering, has the father, has he kind of sheltered his son to the point where he inhibited his growth and development?
I have to say 110% due to the fact that
Okay, let me just be, we're wrapping this up now. Let me be clear about something. Y'all, women, if you have an issue with your husband, you need to take it up with your husband. You don't go to Umar. What Umar is doing is he's trying to put a wedge, and it sounds like, if the story is true, that there already is a bit of a wedge. He's trying to expand that wedge between this woman and her husband. Woman, if you have an issue with your husband, you talk to him directly. If that's not working out, then you guys go and you seek counseling. Okay, if he doesn't want to do that, then you go to your elders. It could be his mother, his father, your father, grandmother, what have you. Okay, don't go to Umar. But the story doesn't sound right in the first place. Okay, let's get through this call, then we'll close it out. Here we go.
I know for a fact things that he does here, he does not do back home.
Okay. So he's able to do more than what he's doing. The father is allowing him to do this.
110.
Did you know any of this going into the marriage?
No. I knew more of, I have a son and he's on the spectrum, and I'm like, okay, I want to take classes and learn and communicate, and, this is news to me. So, and I've not been met with classes or even a meeting as simple as with a mom and given any pointers. And I'm honestly just lost.
Okay. Well, number one, my first recommendation. Well, 14, he's still in school, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So tell me about school for a minute. Does he get bused to school? Do y'all drop him off? Does he have an IEP? Is he special ed? Tell me about the school situation.
So we do drop, I've completely washed my hands with having to do with anything, but he does drop him off at school. The bus stop.
Any complaints from school at all?
No.
Okay, so that's not really an issue. So number one, I strongly recommend that you and the father go to counseling to deal with this situation, if you want to make this relationship work. Mm-hmm. Do you have any children in the home?
No.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
No children yet. Okay. Were you planning on having some children?
I was, but at this moment, I don't think that it'd be a smart idea, because even though he'd be present, I feel like I'd be a single mom, because the focus would then go on to the child that needs it most, and I don't want to put any of my kids through it.
Understood. I'm going to ask you a question, and I don't want to sound offensive with this, but I'm just wondering your thoughts on it. Is it possible that your husband is using his son to force you to walk away without him telling you he don't want the marriage anymore? Is that a possibility?
They've been married for 3 months, Umar. What are you talking about? This is crazy. He's sick.
Because it seems like the father is making life quite uncomfortable for you. And it seems like the 14-year-old is his priority, because I don't understand why he's letting a 14-year-old sleep in the bed with his wife. That young man will be a grown man in a couple years. What is he doing in the bed with you? You know, so I'm kind of wondering, you know, is he intentionally making your life miserable? And if not, why does it seem like the son's needs are clearly more important than yours?
Yeah, that's how I feel. I mean, if that's the case, for me, I'm so drained. I'm so drained. I think I'd be content with it.
And I definitely believe in protecting marriage. I definitely believe in protecting marriage. But are you sure you want to continue with this if he doesn't make the recommended changes that will come from you two going to therapy? Are you sure you want to stay with this?
No, and that's, you know, something that I've been pondering on for the last several days while I was I've been sleeping in the guest bedroom, due to the fact that, like,
you're sleeping in the
I don't believe this lady at all. I'm sorry. I think she's just on here for attention.
guest bedroom.
well, yeah, my bed is soiled up, so I'm not going to sleep on there.
So the husband gonna sleep in a soiled up bed? Is that what you're saying, lady? Ma'am? I don't believe you. I think you just calling the troll. Either you trolling Umar or you trying to get at him. And you concoct this story, and I feel like I need. Okay. So if your bed is all soiled up, your husband is still sleeping in a soiled bed, and if it's soiled up, why don't you or your husband clean it up, ma'am? Look at this, boy. This is gonna be a crazy week. We just getting started, everybody. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. Let's finish this call. We're gonna be up out of here.
Okay, but the father and son are still sleeping in your main bedroom, and you're in the guest bedroom. Why are you still there? Why are you still in that home at all?
Yeah.
You know, because I'm looking at this from the outside in, not to speak negatively of your husband, but if my daughter came to me with your story, I'm packing her shit up myself, and she's moving out of there.
Notice he doesn't say she's coming to move with me, but notice Umar, his daughter, is home. I'm so sorry to say this, but she's been homeless. She out there. She outside. She out there in them streets, literally. And that he comes up with this hypothetical reality where if it was my daughter, you're a deadbeat, not even in your daughter's life. And notice he doesn't say I'm getting her up out of there. She can come move with me, because he's been homeless since 2019. All this is foolish. So anyway, I don't believe this lady.
You follow me? Like, this does not sound fair to you at all. You're 3 months in, and you know, sometimes when we make a big decision, you know, we kind of don't want to consider the fact that it may have been the wrong decision. But I guess, is this your warning to cut your losses and leave the situation while you have a chance? Because if you get pregnant, you ain't gonna be able to leave the situation really at that time, not easily anyway. You know.
What is he saying?
So I guess I'm wondering why are you still there? Tell me why you still there.
I thought I was gonna make it work, and I've always.
I don't believe it. I think she's lying on all this. For me, well, I was thinking I was going to make it work. You know, he was nice to me at first. You know, I wanted to get the lessons to learn how to deal with the child, and you know, I really
told myself my first marriage is my last marriage. Is just kind of how
I understand.
I grew up.
It's your first marriage, and you want to stay.
It's how I grew up.
Yeah. Is it? How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
Here he go.
I'm
He trying to
28.
get he trying to get that information so he can bust the move, family. That's what this is. Look at this guy.
This marriage is my last marriage. Is just kind of how
I understand.
I grew up.
It's your first marriage and you want to stay there. Is it?
Yeah.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking?
I'm 28.
You still a young queen. I understand the whole thing about the first marriage is the last marriage. You should consult a divorce attorney because if I'm not mistaken, and it's not my expertise, but in certain states, if you haven't been married a certain amount of time, you can naturally dissolve the union and it doesn't even count as a divorce. You only been in this for 3 months. So you might want to look into the divorce laws in Florida and see if you even have to go through divorce proceedings. If you guys have only been together 90 days, who knows? You might find out that this thing could be dissolved, before it even gets started because you guys haven't been married long enough. But even if you do have to go through divorce proceedings, and I'm not urging you to get a divorce, right? Everybody has to make their own decisions. We don't give decisions, in counseling, but.
So this is a counseling session?
At 28, you got your whole life ahead of you. I would hate for you to hang around another 10 years. Now you're 38 and most of your baby making years are behind you. And now that boy is 24, still pissing in your bed and shitting around the house at 24.
Damn, can you believe this guy? He's a professional. He's shitting on the walls and he's pissing on the ceiling and shitting on the walls. By that time he's gonna be 6'8" with big ships. He's gonna shit's a huge ships. This guy's nuts. Look at him. Umar funny though. We give him that.
Queen. I'm shocked you're still there. And I understand first marriage, last marriage, but this is an extenuating circumstance. But let me not put the cart before the horse. Let's do some therapy and see. Maybe the father feels ultimately guilty. Maybe the child been through some trauma. The father blames himself. Try to get some therapy. Just Google, black counselors and psychologists in Florida. Florida is really big on black psychology, so you have no issue finding black psychology.
Yeah, you're right, Edwin. He doesn't even care about the children that are mentally disabled. Again, he's not really talking so much even about the child. It's like he doesn't care about the child. He sees the child as the problem. See, he's more interested in this woman at this point. Boy, that's sad. So sad.
Psychologist there, but at 28 and your whole life ahead of you with no kids, you may have to consider cutting your losses and restarting, my queen.
Okay.
All right. My best to you, though. My best to you. If you ever need to do a one-on-one session with me, just text me and we can do that.
See that? You ever want to do a one-on-one? Just make sure we have to be late at night, though, family.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, now. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Look at Umar's face. He's so unprofessional.
Wow. That may have been the wildest. Was that the wildest issue? I started doing the Black Parent Teleconference in 2014.
Don't get to repeating stuff. I'm going to the 50-minute mark. We're at 48 minutes and 33 seconds.
In 2014. I started doing the Black Parent Teleconference in 2014. It's been almost 16 years. Excuse me, not 16. It's been almost 12 years, right? It's been almost 12 years. I ain't never heard of nothing like that. Woo! Woo! Man, that is crazy. Sleeping in my bed. Man, ain't no Cinnabons worth
Your call
that.
has been forwarded.
Ain't no Cinnabons. He gotta reduce it down to 6. Okay, we're at the 49-minute mark. That's what we'll pick up tomorrow. And I plan on live streaming Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So we have a lot to get into. Mary Ann Lauren did a video. We'll cover that. There's also Umar. He was interviewed. He gives an update on FDMG. We'll cover that as well. So we have a lot to get into. But I want to finish up with these two videos between Monday and Tuesday. That'd be the plan. Let me close out this poll. We had over 2,062 votes. How many months have passed since Umar Johnson live streamed in his mama's closet? 13% said 1 month, 22% said 3 months, 26% said 5 months, and 39% said 7 months. The answer is 7 months. 7 months. It's been 7 months since Umar live streamed in his mama's closet. But I told people inevitably he's going to end up back there, because no amount of scamming and scheming and crushing cookies around the world, and Lenon hacked his bank account. The bank account was frozen. I hacked his bank account, and the city trying to steal the school. I need donations for this, and I need donations for my mama, and I need the donations because I might need to get a defense team against Lenon and Lenon and all this stuff. Umar always ends right back up at his mama in his mama closet in 2025 at the age of 51. Thanks to everyone who voted on the poll. I'm gonna close that out now so that it's archived here. And we have 959 likes. It's possible for us to get to 1,000. Okay, can we make that happen before we get up out of here? Okay, I want to thank everyone for tuning on in. We'll be back tomorrow. I'll set up the show. My son, again, I told y'all my birthday is in a couple of days, and my son got us tickets to the basketball game. So that's why I'll live stream earlier, and I'm probably going to leave here in about 30 minutes, and we'll head to the game, have a good time. And then tomorrow, once I get home from the game, I'll set up tomorrow's live stream, and we'll get back together at the normal time. We're at 979 likes. We're going to get there. Real quick, not to be super petty. Here you go with the body rolling. Look at his shirt. This is one of the primary Umar Johnson defenders that he got federal charges now. I mean, real talk, he can get locked up for 12 years based upon the math that I did. Yeah, this guy, he attacked me, my wife, my kids for about almost 6 years, I think. And I didn't respond to him not one time, but he getting the business now. And if anyone wants to look further into this, I'm going to post this link right here. I'm also going to post a link inside and pin it inside the comments section. This is what was reported by the United States Attorney's Office, Southern District of Texas. Clinic owner arrested in multi-million-dollar fraud scheme involving non-existent psychotherapy services, aggravated identity theft as well, $4 million Medicare fraud. Dempsey Spears, that's this guy right here. Yeah. See, he's trying to sing the song, and he tried to start again to sing, but he didn't know where the actual vocal comes back in.
We just getting it started, guys.
All right, and this is the other video I was talking about.
Hey guys, how you doing? This is D Durrell with DDS Sounds. I got some good news for you all, guys. I just received a new opportunity musically. This is actually probably one of about, I think, maybe 4 or 5 letters of interest in regards to my music. I'm going to read the email to you. I've had some from some A&Rs that have contacted me before in the past, who pretty much wanted me to audition for a couple of things. They wanted me to go to Austin to do the SWSX. I needed that. Also, I had a person that wanted me to go on tour, which I can't do. I can't do tours. I'm pretty much at this point, for me, unless I'm getting a situation where I'm getting paid a certain amount of money, well, I
basically go away from my businesses and so forth to actually perform. I'm okay with being hot locally, statewide, or something like that, maybe even regionally, but not going all over the place. But I'm going to read
it's true.
the email to you. I'm going to tell you what they're pretty much talking about. So this is the music department from Music Discovery XO. This is actually an indie music company or music label. They deal a lot with independent labels. So the person says, "Good day. I found your music on YouTube and hope it's all right to contact you." Cool. I don't mind that. He says, "I'm an A&R representative at SRL Music Discovery XO in London. Not familiar with I'm not familiar with SRL Music Discovery. I'm really not. They're an international company. They're British." And he says that an artist relations company, they're an artist relations company representing independent musicians and labels around the world. "We're looking for new music for our radio network, music licensing catalog, and artist promotion roster. I'd like to invite you to audition." Me? Cool. Why not? Now I got to figure out. I'm going to finish the next half of it, but I'm going to definitely respond back. I want to let them know that I'm very interested.
I don't mean to laugh, but this guy be lying. And see, even before all of this, he was lying. He was scamming the government $4 million Medicare fraud and identity theft scheme. These are felonies. His career is over as a mental health. He called himself a mental health expert, but look how he behaved. This up here talking crazy, lying, and he keeps going with it.
And I'm going to have to pick out a song that I'm going to audition. I got to make it hot. I got to make sure everything is cool. So it also says, subject to a successful audition, Music Discovery XO will get your music heard by entertainment industry professionals and fans around the world and help facilitate music licensing and distribution deals, live events and touring opportunities, record label and music publisher deals, and other career opportunities. We will receive a detailed agreement once your audition has been successful. Please do get in touch. It would be a pleasure to hear from you. In the meantime, you can also find out about the audition and reserve an audition ticket. Okay? So now what I'm going to get ready to do, I'm going to get an audition ticket. And you can see, I'm looking at it. It says Music Discovery XO, Discover Independent Music. They have a lot of different artists on here. Again, these are all indie.
His computer was like, nope. So this is his music right here.
Yeah.
There you go with the body roll.
I know you won't get to yeah. The only one in Korea will be back.
You remember this guy, right? I didn't with him. Why are you dancing like that? Yeah, yeah. It's whining. Yeah. So this is what they contacting for, these songs right here.
Yeah. Yeah, baby, you my inspiration. Yeah.
I could have been going on this guy for years, but I left it alone. I know I was a little petty today, but 9-count indictment. September 23rd of 2025. It alleges that from 2016 to 2024, Dempsey Spears submitted false and fraudulent claims to Medicare for psychotherapy services that were never provided. The charges further allege he submitted claims for services purportedly provided to Medicare beneficiaries who were deceased at the time of the billed treatment. And there you have it. Karma don't play. They don't play. One by one. All right. Let's see. Why this dude look like Pooh from the Teletubbies? Okay. All right. Teletubbies. Thanks. Is that DeBar? This a foundation. Oh, I got this one. I got this one earlier. Chichi Bird says, bring me some toilet paper for the shizzle. He's horrible. You right about that. Thank you for the super chat. Miss Lisa sent in a super sticker. Thank you so much. Jarvis sent in a super sticker as well. Thank you. YouTube Device says somehow we keep coming back to. All right. Thanks, Jarvis, for the super chat again. And then SH Play says, happy birthday. Thank you so much. Yeah, my birthday is in 2 days. I'll be hitting the big 5-0. I'll live stream. Well, I plan on live streaming. You know what? Yeah, I plan on live streaming. If I do, I'll probably get some cake or something and set it up back here like we used to, like old times. Okay, we got a lot to get into this week. It's going to be phenomenal. Okay, thank you guys so much. Thanks, SH Play, for the happy birthday wishes. And also thank you for the super chat. Everyone else who sent the super chat. Thanks to the mods, too, for handling business. One more time, if anyone wants to go look up this document in terms of Dempsey Spears and the charges, here is a link to that. I'll also post that inside the comment section, and I'll pin it to the top. I do wish him well, and my best advice is to get right with the Lord real time. Humble yourself and plead out, do the time, and then make sure you develop a plan in advance of going in, because who knows how long this is going to take before he's actually sentenced, if he's convicted. But he could plead out and make sure you have a plan so that when you get out, you can minimize the losses, because there's going to be a lot of loss in all this, and your career is already lost. Just like Cookie Crush chat, karma's undefeated. All right, and we got to 1,000 likes. Thank you guys so much for that. I appreciate it, and as we always do.
What's going on, everybody?
Oh, this is the wrong one.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
Knife Inc. News.
There we go. All right, thank you all again. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. If you did, make sure you hit that like button. If you hadn't hit that like button already, I appreciate y'all. We'll be back tomorrow with another live stream. So I appreciate y'all. Y'all awesome. Protest undefeated. Let's go.
FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. It's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG, it's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, I plan on doing
It's
it.
coming.
Thank you so much. Hey, honey pie.
It's coming. It's coming.
Yeah, what's up, Aldo? 48.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming.
All right.
Oh, it's coming. FDMG is coming. FDMG is coming. Thought his personality be twerking. It's twerking.
All right. Thanks, Carlita. I appreciate it. And everyone, thanks for all the birthday wishes. I appreciate it. I'm about me and my youngest son. We about to go to the game. That's what he wanted to do. I said, let's go. Okay. Please enjoy the rest of the evening, everyone. And I want to thank everyone again who's been supportive of the channel. It's been an awesome year as we get close to the end of the year here. I want to wish everyone happy holidays and thanks for all of your support. You know, Cookie Crush, that's undefeated. Karma's undefeated too. Real talk. Love y'all. Take care. Peace.